On you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Escape them. What's going on, ladies? We're back with Xbox Beast Fire. You know the show. Got my man D in here. My man D. I'm trying to find me in the background. I found myself to go to audio. I just muted it. And ladies and gentlemen, if you be so kind, Porter Rock, what's up? P Diddy, name me pretty. What's up with all this non-profit work going on in here? Sorry to everybody in the chat. You can say be so kind to hit the like button. We're gonna talk about Sony's Paris week. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about that, the show. It's a few things I want to talk about. Shout out to my man Defiant. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters that's rocking out in the chat. Shout out to we got a new Patreon supporter, a female. What the hell's her name? VIP. Hopped on. She told me I was a fine, black, sexy. Seriously, she said this, and she wanted to get down and rock out. She dropped the 50 in the Patreon. Shout out to her. You are the real MVP. Hey Chanel, you jealous, baby? Women just give me $50. You said twerk something, hurt something. Act right. You talking on? I was dead last when you were talking on that slick shit. I'm back now, baby. I'm back. Anyway, we're back with the show. We're gonna have a great show tonight. I actually know what's crazy. I didn't feel like doing it. And after I did a little drugs, I feel a little better. We're gonna make it happen. You coming or what's up? You coming, Jesse? Whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna start from the left to right. Hey, Monty Moss, what's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on, people in the chat? Yo, it's your boy MM2K just doing my thing, dropping that medicine, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for Saturday. It's gonna be a good one, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good week altogether, you know what I mean?
Did you check did you see Sony's show? We're gonna talk about that. Did you watch the show?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for Sony's show. I'm ready for that little conversation, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, for sure. Neethus, you there, baby? Neethus, what the people?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Neth here, dropping videos, not on the daily, but I'll be back soon, and representing that broadband bullies. Let's go.
Ooh. All right. My man, who else we got here today? The Footster, King's Blood Game. What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah.
That stroke like
I'm back 10 toes down, baby. You know, almost fully healed from that surgery. I'm back 10 toes down.
Back all hanging out, skull, hookworm, anything here. That's what I'm talking about.
Checked out that Sony Paris, that Sony Games in Paris. What is it?
Hey,
Paris
listen, man. Look, he's crazy,
listen, bro.
I know. I saw your video. Great video as well. But like I said today, I got so much I want to do. I just want to put anything in one video, but I gotta break it down. I'm gonna do like my man Crap do. Crap take one article, do about 9 videos. I'm gonna get you like that. Cause I got some stuff. I got some exclusive stuff. I got some megatons. I got a little bit of everything. We gonna get into it, man. Man. Hey, Post up. What's going on, baby? You got that debate. We gotta get that fly up too.
You already know it's your boy Post up with the close up, Mr. Let's talk about it. Representing the broadband bullies. I've been good, man. I've been reading and watching a lot, man. Hopefully I gotta holler at Z in the back so we can put up a couple shows in regards to X. There's new information that came out about Scalebound and the whole development process on what really happened. I'm still reading that because it's a long read, but it's some
Hey, you dripping the sauce. You dripping the sauce.
Okay, we ain't gonna do that. But outside of that, I just dropped a new snippet to my music video. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we finna get it in.
All right. Who we got next? Did Moss need to? Everybody got a chance to go? Did everybody got a chance to go? They say they just do. I ain't missing nobody, am I?
No, did D go?
Yeah, D went first. He went in there whispering. I must disagree. Anyway, right off the bat.
My bad.
Let's go. Right off the back, hey Porter Rock, let me know you want in. I got a spot if you want in, P Rock. But anyway, right off the bat, Sony Paris Games Week, and I'm gonna say a little bit, and I want you guys and I go last on that. Did they just turn up the heat? You know what I mean? Now I know they showed a lot of VR stuff. What they should do is their peripheral. I don't care for it. I don't have one. Actually, I can't afford one. To be honest with you, my man already little means, right? Now, with that being said, but did they just turn up the heat? Now, I know everybody kept inboxing me about crap shows, crap was, it is what it is. I mean, I don't like everything crap. Likes to play. He doesn't like everything I likes to play, right? But I would say this in terms of what it does for their fans. I've always said this, right? We can go back and forth. Who has better exclusives? That's all subjective, right? But what I would say this, it's something good for their fans. You know, man, what's this gaming that their fans get hyped up for, and I will give them an A for that. But starting off with you, Moss, did you like it? Didn't like it? What was the best part? The worst part? Talk to me.
All right, so let's do this, man. Look, Xbox is my preferred console. I'm not gonna lie.
Give him the mouth, son. Give him the
But at the end of the day, I'm a gamer like everybody else. I got the Pro sitting in my crib. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the $400 for it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it just to do it. I didn't do it just for it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Even though people was like, no, wait for the X, I went and got it, man.
Oh, okay.
All right. So here's my thoughts.
Talk to me.
CGI trailers is cool. They glossy, all that little fancy stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the little cinematic trailers, hug me in the middle of the street, cry with the wifey and all that stuff. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But there's a place for that. It's called Netflix. I want to see some gameplay. I want to see the gameplay. If I don't see the gameplay, you're not showing me nothing. What I want my Sony people to do is understand this. This not like Microsoft was knocked out of the box. Y'all say we RIP. You say we corporate slaves. We're gone. Let's just act like we're gone. What innovative thing were you seeing this showcase that you weren't shown at E3 and before that and before that and before that? I'm not going to say there weren't a couple of games that was decent, but I'm saying as far as gameplay.
Clean it up for me. All right, I'm listening.
What was you shown as far as gameplay that got you hopped out of the seat? I don't want no fanfare to say we're better than Xbox. Let's forget about Xbox. As a consumer, what dates do I have? What gameplay do I have for me to really get excited?
Jump in on this one.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, PR. Come on, bro. Come on, PR. But that's just my question as a consumer.
Let me go now because I'm not the guy that's gonna sit here and wood buff for Microsoft. See, wood buffing is not just you taking up for a company. Wood buffing is also
what are you talking about? Who made you like this?
Pause that.
Lord,
wood buffing is also when you hating on something.
Dummy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When you hating on something and it don't need to be hated on. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The show was okay.
All right.
One thing I loved about it was that Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my God, that's the look right there. I doubt it's gonna be 2018. I don't know if they said it was gonna be 2018.
2019.
But if I don't see gameplay, to me, more than likely it's not 2018. I'm sorry. You're not gonna keep hitting me like with CGI trailers. When I see CGI, I'm like 2019, 2020.
Thank you. Facts.
At a minimum.
Huh?
At a minimum, it's 2019. At a minimum.
Yeah. That's like if I don't see gameplay, I'm like nah. But VR, what was that one game? It was a first-person shooter in VR. That looked like something. That looked like something we thought about when we first heard about VR. That was the game we were looking for. That's the type of shit we were looking for. Not like these little weird pick up the blocks. Like no, we're not here for that, big fella. What are you on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, J-Wags,
that's not it.
If you want in, J-Wags.
And that Ultra Wings, Ultra Wings was so terrible. I'm sitting there looking like, oh my God. And I know Ultra Wings is not a, I don't think that's not exclusive. I believe that's on PC also. But I was like, oh my God, this is trash. Like, why are you even putting this on here? But I guess they're trying to accumulate as many VR games as they can right now. And that's not it. I like that sprint vector. The Last of Us 2, that was CGI, so I really have no thoughts towards that. And
it didn't pull at the heartstrings.
I've already seen stuff about The Last of Us 2. So that was really.
That's your question.
What's that, bro?
Who made you like that? That didn't pull at the heartstrings.
Here you go. Now, bro, let me tell you something. One thing that bugged me out, like I told everybody, I was waiting for Detroit Becoming Human, but. Bro, did you see that trailer, bro? It was like a domestic violence simulator.
You know what I'm saying? It's still special.
Bro said a domestic violence simulator.
He ain't lied. He ain't
lied. Killed his daughter or something like that in the game. I'm like, what?
Hey, bro.
Man.
Who made you like that? Hey, what's up?
Domestic violence simulator.
Yo, it looked like a domestic violence simulator, bro. And then I'm just like, what is that? Yo, and don't get it twisted. The graphics is top notch, everything top notch. But that part was just like, wow, like this game is wow, bro. Like I'm real interested in that. Like for 2018, that's probably gonna be the main game I get. I know everybody's gonna say God of War, God of War.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. I'm gonna get that too. But Detroit is something I have my eyes on. And Z over there blowing blood out of his skull.
Yeah,
Yo,
right.
nasty, bro.
Hey, hold up. Here's a side. What day? What show we did? Was that Friday? What we do Friday?
Thursday?
What day?
What
day we had the debate? What day? They said my man
Friday
Bone
was
took
a
it off.
100 debate.
Yeah, what day was that? What day that Bone? They said Bone.
That was Friday. Friday.
Dang. Yeah, I coughed up the Holy Ghost, man. I was done.
Yeah.
I was done. But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you didn't. So overall, you should like it, didn't like it. Talk to me.
I liked it. It was all right, but it wasn't really. You probably seen like 1.5 new things, and a half is because Aloy is in Monster Hunters. I got my eye out for Monster Hunter too. Like between the game that took the show, it was like between Monster Hunters and the Monster Hunter World. I'm sorry, and that Ghost of Sensu, but that Ghost of Sensu look crazy, bro. Like I got my eyes on that, man. Like that's gonna be fire when it does come. It's probably 2019 though, but I'm waiting.
All right. Okay,
that Spider-Man is still on par. Go ahead, hate on it all you want. It's still on par. Still waiting on it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My man said, "What's the Halloween costume? And what's good, bro? What's up to everybody in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the screen. My man Kelvin Brandon, old school Xbox fan. What's going on, good brother? All right. Did Puerto Rico ever hop in? He hopped in.
He was here for a second.
He's ready.
Oh, you're right there. You did, P-Rock?
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna kill you next. I got you next, P-Rock. P Diddy named him pretty. Needles with the dirty needle. You there, bro?
Yeah. What's up?
My man with the hypodermic needle. Talk to me. Did you watch the show?
As one of your most faithful Xbox churchgoers, I watched your highlight reel. So check that out, guys. And I gotta say, from the highlight reel, I did like what I saw. And this presentation does represent why first-party studios are very important.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at you, Microsoft.
Ooh, shots fired. Who you talking to? Albert Pinello, Phil, Shannon Loftus. Who you talking to? What's going on?
Probably Shannon Loftus, bro. I mean, I don't want Disneyland Adventures. I want what they got over there. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh man. Oh, okay. So all right. That's a synopsis. Okay. A post up.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Did you get a chance to watch it? I know you working at the junkyard fixing flats and stuff. Talk to me. Did you watch the show?
That's where I was going. I was actually working while I was going on, and I was actually in a meeting with my manager, so I was kind of looking at both screens.
What Popeyes? What's going on, Popeyes? They raised the price.
But I did go back and look at a few videos. Spider-Man, God of War, the Ghost of Tsushima, which everyone is talking about.
Woo!
I think this conference was more about mind share and perception than anything.
Wait, so you mean with sleight of hand? That our mind?
Yeah, it's about perception and mind sharing because we're a week away from this. Is the 31st. We're a week away from the Xbox X. I think this conference was to whatever Sony fans that was either thinking about getting the Xbox One X or whoever was thinking about going over to the Xbox One X or even purchasing one. I think this show was to kind of put something on their minds in regards to the decision that they're trying to make between going with the X or the PS4 Pro.
Okay.
In regards to the conference itself and the content, I love Sony production value in regards to the games that they showed. They look great. The show was stuff that we already seen before. I just don't want people to look at a game. And there's nothing against. I know you look at a game and say it's going to be great, but we was in the forums and all the Sony fans was posting a picture to Ghost of Tsushima, and I was like, well, you don't even know if the game's going to be great yet because looking at a game is one thing and playing it is another.
Hey, Post, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now I know you're battling high blood pressure. Are you a little salty right now, brother? Or what?
No, I'm not salty. Look, bro. Look, they had a nice. No, that was them trying to throw a little salt. Look, they had a nice show. They did what they were supposed to do, and that was mess with the mind share and the perception of the average gamer that will be going into the store this holiday. That's what that was about. All right.
But
it was a nice show.
Hey, Puerto Rock, I promise I'm gonna let you go last, man, because you see what I do week to week. Hey, D, did I get to
You
talk
know
to
what?
you?
See,
Yeah, let's get into
you know what?
it.
I'm not gonna cuss on this show, but after
I
this show,
appreciate
I'm gonna get in my demon. I'm gonna tell you.
All right, okay. Hey, D, did you watch the show?
Yeah, so I watched the show, and I don't know, as a guy that owns all consoles,
Wait,
you know,
one second, D, 1 second. They saying in chat was the guy that gave you the information about Assassin's Creed. Was he there on the show yesterday?
Oh man,
He started all right. Me, my man. Oh,
man, bro.
Hey, D, I ain't shit,
Man, we gotta respect the panel members here.
All right, talk to me. The old jokes aside,
panel
talk to me.
members.
yeah, you know, as I have, like, you know, I have a high-end PC. I got a PS4 Pro. I got an Xbox One S.
Everything.
To be act. I got everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny to see different sides react to certain things, and a lot of Xbox guys particularly didn't like the Sony show. Now, Xbox is my preferred platform. It is. I like the community there, and thankfully the X is coming, so I can go back on the console. I don't have to stay on PC anymore. Yeah. But I like games. I like games. I'm a gamer to play fucking games. I'm not a gamer to sit there and stare at my console.
All right.
And I'm gonna say it straight. Sony had a good showing yesterday.
Yeah, they had a great showing. Yep.
There were some games that they showed that I have no interest in, but you know what? Those games appeal to their base, so they're satisfying their customers. And they did show some new things. They showed a new top-down shooter, Hong Kong. I forget the full name.
Hong Kong Massacre.
Man, that looked sick. That looked sick. I cannot wait for that. Now, Monster Hunter, I'm not really huge into the Monster Hunter. Let's see some more of the game before I can invest myself into it. But you know what? They did a good fan service there by putting Aloy in there as one of the hunters, and it makes complete sense comparing to what she hunts in the game. So I thought that was good fan service. Are you kidding me? Okay, before we even get to The Last of Us, Spider-Man, I loved everything about it, apart from how Peter Parker looked. Fuck that. I don't like the way he looked. But the Spider-Man costume, everything else about it was
fire.
Fantastic.
Yeah, bro, we got Miles in that one.
And then that Ghost of Tsunami or whatever. Tsushima. Okay. that looked amazing. I didn't see that one coming a mile away. I was like, okay, this looks good. And then at the end, when I saw Sucker Punch, I was like, oh, okay. You know what? We don't have to agree or like everything about Sucker Punch, but their games are good. They don't make horrible games. So I'm not expecting this game to be horrible. And you know what? If it's an action game in the vein of what they make and a samurai game, I'm fucking sold on that shit. And then of course, the last they showed Shadow of the Colossus. I don't care about that game. I don't know how many people care about that game. It looked okay. I'm not interested.
That trailer was unnecessary, bro.
Yeah.
That trailer was. It was okay.
They just had to show it so they could sell the game again.
Okay. All right.
And then they showed some
great show overall though.
They showed some VR stuff. Now the VR stuff, I'll admit it doesn't translate good in a conference. But as a VR owner and knowing what VR is and seeing some of that stuff, I was like, oh, okay, that's good. That's interesting. That's good. They're supporting my VR. So as a VR supporter, that was good for me. And let's get to The Last of Us. How anybody can fucking downplay The Last of Us.
That shit looked awesome.
That looked incredible. People say, okay, it is in-game kind of cutscene or in engine, and going on Naughty Dog's record, it probably won't look like that in the final release. It's probably look close to it. But it won't look the same, you know. But just the detail, like when she was being hung and she came down, you can see the veins pulsating in her forehead. Yeah, she like from the pressure. When she took off the ropes off of her arms, you can see the rope burn from being tied up. I was like, the attention to detail was just fantastic. And I've said it 1,000 times. Whoever captures the feel of The Walking Dead in a zombie game, they win. Yeah. Right there, I felt like I was watching the fucking Walking Dead on Sunday. So I'm being honest here. It was a good show. They showed something for everybody, and they showed some big titles, and they gave us a few surprises. And I like this. This is good. This makes Microsoft know, hey, we can't fuck around. We gotta be on our A game, and we gotta have some good titles. This is good for everybody. This is good for gamers. Okay. I don't know. It was a good show.
Hold on. My man Daniel J said how much you want to bet Sucker Punch's IP could give games like Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden a run for its money. And shout out to Daniel for the super chat.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Daniel J. Who said Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden? You know what's crazy, right? Hold on.
I don't know about.
You know what's crazy, Daniel? I don't know how. First of all, you asked how old are you? A lot. Maya, close the curtain. Close the door for Daddy, please. What a lot of people like, I'm 39. A lot of people, especially in this chat or whatever, don't know what Shinobi is and never played Shinobi. You know what I mean? Back on the NES, believe it or not, even though I guess Ninja Gaiden might have been exclusive to the because I remember Ninja Gaiden coming to the Sega Genesis or the Master System. That was like, Shinobi. What was that? Shadow Dancing when you had the dog. Like, that's another classic IP that Sega got. I don't know if I've stolen the rights to it, but I don't know what type of game. What do you call it? What's Ghost Warrior?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I don't know what type of game it's gonna be. Like, I'm not big into what's that other Ninja game that Sony? that comes out. Techno Shindu. What do you call it? What's say it again? Yeah, I don't care for that. I don't care for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what type of you guys want to answer this question. I don't know what type of game it's going to be. Now from the trailer, it looks crazy. It might be another Dynasty Warrior for all I know, but it looks crazy from the trailer. You know what I mean? Porter Rock. I wasn't from you anyway. Like, what do you think about that? With the question, my man, Daniel J. The Super Jack dropped $5. So how much you want to bet that Sucker Punch's IP could get games like Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden and Got your mic together?
Dang. Yeah, what's going on?
All right, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Oh, not really.
Put some electric tape on that cable.
Yeah, man, Porter Rock with the scenes.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's you. It's always you.
Yeah.
It's always you.
And he say the same thing every
That's
week.
me. That's me. You Biggie Banish?
While he's getting his mic together, I think we as a panel can agree there was no Zoo-Tycoon, there was no Super Lucky's Tale at this conference. This is what Xbox fans wanted for their games, and there
was a lot of that shit on VR.
There was
a lot of all those VR games. Like 90% of those VR games were Super Lucky.
Hold on,
hey, Neff, we're gonna have to send you a
VR.
We're going to have to send you a copy of King's Blood's video. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of that, yo.
Okay.
Hey, let me. I wanted to get at that question right quick. My man said.
Me too. I wanted to get at that question.
That game to Ninja Gaiden. Let me tell you something. Ninja Gaiden is God. Like, don't ever.
Hell no. That's all I'm leaving.
I like Ninja Gaiden over Shinobi.
Let me tell you something.
Nothing lines up with Ninja Gaiden is probably the hardest shit I ever. One of the hardest.
You can say it again.
I ever played in my life.
Let me tell you something.
Ninja Gaiden is better than or whatever. Did you play that last
Shinobi?
You play that last one?
Let me tell you something. I'm talking about
Ninja Gaiden 3 was an L, but every Ninja Gaiden ever before that was God.
Okay,
let me tell you something.
All right, talk. All right, what up? Talk, Post.
Even the Ninja Gaiden on the NES was a problem.
Right.
I'm talking about Ninja Gaiden Black on the OG. That game is still superior to a lot of action games in that genre to this day.
Still hard.
And it's about 15 years and it's still hard.
It's still hard as hell.
Bruh, man, that
I'm not saying hell no. I respect your hype, but hell no.
Nah. You want to play a Ninja game? Go cop Ninja Gaiden Black for $10 and then come talk to me.
Like Ninja Gaiden Black.
That's the only game I played where I had to hold the block button from the start of the game until I flipped it.
Here's the thing, and this the thing. Like Ghost of Tsushima, maybe great, maybe not. I personally have no hype for it. The trailer.
Oh, we definitely gonna.
The trailer looked dope, but it didn't show me any gameplay. Therefore, no hype comes from me. Yes. That's just how I work. But it's not like that with everybody. No gameplay means no hype. That's just me. But it could be dope, but it will never be Ninja Gaiden because that's not how Sucker Punch makes games. If you look at all the Infamous games, they were all about you being OP as hell, going around one-shotting stuff.
Ninja Gaiden.
I don't see them bringing that same level of I have to block or I will die.
Yeah,
that Ninja Gaiden gives you on a second-to-second basis. It's just. I don't know. That's just how I see it, and that's just from the outside.
I don't think they understand. When I say hold the block button, I mean literally hold that.
Look, hey, Post, hold up. In the chat, they said, was you holding that block button because you had that cheap ass Mad Catz controller?
Look, let me tell you something. Let me say something. In most games, even today, if you're fighting somebody, the AI usually stands around watching you until you beat that person, and then once the enemy get beat, then up with
Another
Ninja
one
Gaiden, it's not
everything
like
come at you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people fighting you all at the same time. If you try to run, they're gonna chase you down.
The board,
bro. That game is relentless, bro. And they don't even get into the boss fights.
Hey, Post, let me tell you a true story, bro. This is facts. Whatever that second Ninja Gaiden was, I don't know if it was on OG Xbox or 360. I'm not sure because I know third was terrible.
360.
Yeah, it was on the no.
The second
Ninja Gaiden. It was Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 on the NES. Right, I had both.
No. I'm talking about the
names,
the newer ones.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you guys something real quick. This is facts. That second Ninja Gaiden I never beat. I'm stuck at the end because I didn't have enough health. I didn't have enough health. Like 2 bosses you got to beat.
And that's another thing. If you depending on how you go in the game, the stuff you collect, if you don't save some of that, it'll hurt you later on in the game.
All right. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, Porter Rock, you got your mic together?
What's up? Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right? I promise you right now, this show is about to get extremely cheap because he's about to talk. Secondly, hit the like button. You know what I mean? Hit the like button. We got shut up. We have almost 250 people in here live with us right now. I promise you will be entertained. It'll cost you nothing. Hit the like button. Check it. If I get up to 150 likes tonight, how does 1 year's Xbox Live sound? It sounds good. Sounds good.
I need that about right now. I'm taking that. Go ahead, put it in
but anyway, so Porter Rock, I joined your show yesterday, right?
Yeah.
To be assaulted personally. Okay. Thank you for that.
Got to keep you in fighting shape, bro. You know, you've been in the hospital.
I lost it, man.
You held your own, Z. You held your own.
We got to get you back in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, why wouldn't I fought the council by myself? I put that thing on my back. I say to see this right now. Now I know that you're a PlayStation guy, right?
Yeah.
You make no quarrels about this, but you spend a lot of time on the Xbox, so you enjoying them parties, man. I'm gonna watch you, bro.
Oh, Kamego told you I'll be whooping his ass on Street Fighter.
Man.
Yeah, and wow. he wants revenge this Saturday on Tekken.
Yeah. He don't tell us that type of stuff. Yeah.
You're not gonna put those type of L's.
Right. I'm sorry. This one. I want to get.
Even J Fonz, like J Fonz was in the party chat, and he's like, "And you motherfuckers want crossplay?"
Hey, hold up. Hey,
100 was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Hey, Porter Rock. K-Mego, what you doing? Just check Porter Rock. You was on the Xbox, right? Xbox Live, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey, listen to that, right? Before I get into your show, right? But now, yes, ladies, Porter Rock has both consoles, right? Now, like I said today, like this one, just for rocking out with the YouTubers, like, bro, them parties be going left. Especially when you get to play like tech, you got to get Tekken, bro. We can hop back into that, man. And we be live, we be able to talking smack, man. I mean, I heard they're running a little better on the PlayStation side of things, but those servers were trash on the Xbox.
The game is trash anyway.
Oh, okay, all right. But let me ask you a question. Now, you saw the show.
Yeah.
I seen you were extremely excited. Tell me the highs and the lows. You want to start with your lows first and end with your highs?
Well, I wouldn't say I had a much low. I would say there were certain things that didn't really apply to me much, like the VR.
Okay.
No, because I don't have a VR, but I was impressed that they're supporting the platform with a lot. Because I honestly thought it was going to be a
1.5 million, so right?
Yeah, something like that.
They don't want.
But the fact that they keep pushing a whole shitload of games. There was like one game that looked cool. What is it? Truth and Blood or some shit?
Yeah, Blood and Truth.
Cool. Yeah, Blood and Truth. Yeah, that looked pretty good. But again, I'm not really down with VR just yet. Maybe 2 years from now, look at it. But the fact that they're still supporting it with games, that's pretty impressive. But coming into the show, I even made a video. I had low expectations. I didn't think they were going to show. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to show like no IPs because they have PSX in 5 weeks. So I thought this was just
5 weeks too.
Yeah, there's another show in 5 weeks, the first week of December.
Oh wow!
PlayStation Experience.
It's San Francisco, right?
Yeah, I don't know
what happens in San Fran stays in Fran.
They're gonna go after that Xbox booty hole.
Oh man! Hey,
This boy Z ain't got no
But I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a good show. It was better than I expected.
Okay.
Sucker Punch's announcement, got me hyped. I'm glad that we finally see that studio working on something. So I'm looking forward to that.
That studio. What games did they make? Let me ask you questions for the record. I know you. What games have Sucker Punch made outside of Infamous?
After Sly Cooper.
Oh, they do that too?
Yeah, they did Sly Cooper. So they did a platformer. Then before that, they had a bunch of games that that went nowhere.
Sony owns them.
Yeah, they're Sony first party.
Oh, so they done Sly and Cooper. What's that?
I see where you're going, dog. I'm there with you. I see where you're going, dog.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I see where this direction's going.
Yeah, I was asking. Like, I know you would know better than I. I'm asking. I know. What games have they made? So they got Sly Cooper. They've got that. They have the infamous series up under their belt.
Sandbox Hero.
And now they have like a Dynasty Warrior type game, right? Or whatever the hell it is, right?
Right now they're saying it's open world samurai game.
All right.
Yep, one studio doing different projects. Because nobody goes to college just to do one game.
I
heard that from a wise man. A wise man once said that.
All right. Check it out. Right,
my man was in a deathbed in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Yo, Puerto Rock.
Yeah.
If you remember one thing, I want you to remember this. No one goes to college to make one game. You got that?" I'm like, "I got that."
$100,000 in debt, right? Remember that? Hey, shout out to that person that told me that too, right? Did everybody get a chance to go?
I didn't tell you my.
Oh, sorry, my bad, brother. You did. You know, you was talking about me. You did join kind of late today.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, brother. What happened?
I give it like 7.5.
I give it like 7.
I give it like a 7.5. The reason, like I said, I'm not a person who gets hype off of no gameplay.
Pie man.
What they showed was not gameplay, so I didn't get hype.
Wait.
I like that they introduced new things, which Microsoft. Listen, nigga. Listen. I'm glad to listen. Show something. God damn it. Like, please. Because that is what Sony did, is they essentially made it so that people can get hype.
Hey, Mass.
I didn't, but they made it so that people could.
Hey, Maslin.
Yo.
Let me ask you a question, right? How long have I known you? When did I meet you weird ass?
This boy on fire today.
When did I meet you? Like, you know what I mean? I just want to,
It's like February.
So we've been courting since about February, right? What month is this, right? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I've been courting your ugly ass for about 10 months, right?
Yeah, good.
Man, time flies when you're having fun. Okay, all right. I just want to, how long I've known you, because sometimes you can never really know a man. You know what I mean? Okay. So all right. So I'm finished. Proceed. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. You
done?
That's like
I want to know how long me and you've been going steady. So I've been going you since about 10 months, right? Okay. So I'm gonna know how I met you, right? Because the answers that you give me lets me know how I met you. How you just snuck your ass in here, right? I met Maz in the live stream. I lead the parties open to everybody, man. Maz came in there with some treats. He had about. But I got some Xbox Live code. It was 2 weeks trial period, but it is. I let him slide. He came in, so I got a bunch of codes. Y'all follow my live stream. I got a bunch of codes.
Your live stream, I gave out 3 games.
You gave away 2 48-hour Xbox Live codes.
Your live stream,
tell the truth, right? I'm like, I asked you something. I showed it.
Oh man.
Hour 48 live trial period. That's how he snuck his ass in there, right? On the live stream. So, but I'm just saying, this is the way that you answering these questions. So, this what we had. What's it called? What's it? Sony? What is Paris? What's it called again? Game Week show or whatever. So you didn't get hyped for nothing. It was just you do have VR, right? And all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I do have VR.
Okay.
Like I said, the Ghost of Tsushima, it may be dope. Sucker Punch makes good games. They're not great to me, but they're good games.
Right.
So it may be dope. If they go one direction where they go hardcore, I would like it a little more. I don't know that they're going that direction because I didn't see any damn gameplay. The Last of Us 2 is The Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog is Naughty Dog. You either like their games, love their games, or you don't.
For sure.
The Last of Us 1 to me, fantastic story.
For sure.
The fact that I had to cart her around every time she needed to swim was annoying. Like the enemy AI not recognizing friendly AI because they would just wander off in the middle of the damn me sneaking around annoyed the hell out of me because it broke my immersion. Other than that, good game. But The Last of Us 2 will be The Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog is who Naughty Dog is. The VR games, 1 or 2 was like, okay. I like Guacamelee 1, so Guacamelee 2, I like that one, probably. What else? The God of War, it looks like they took the realistic look, but they still kept the core God of War gameplay where you just hack and slash. So I'm open to that. The little kid talking all the damn time, that's probably gonna annoy me, but I'm gonna play through the hell of it. What else? Detroit looked dope. And what the hell is it?
QTs.
Yeah, the shit, I can't remember the hell name of it. I can't remember the name of it. But like I said, the show was good, and it did what PlayStation needed to do and what Xbox needs to do, which is show something. PlayStation is good at showing something, even if the game doesn't come out for 2-3 years. Like there was a rumor, or there was a rumor. They basically said that Last of Us 2 won't be out till like 2019, but people still know it, love it. They're gonna talk about it till 2019. Is it a bad thing? No, I just said that. Xbox needs to announce something. I've been saying that for months. Xbox needs to announce their games. Right now, you know that PlayStation has these games out. You know that Ghost of Tsushima is coming out. Even if you don't know when the bitch is coming out, you know it's coming out. Xbox, we ain't got no clue. Let me ask you a question. And I'm gonna go after you now. I'm gonna give my opinion. Listen, it's about 250 people. Hit the like button, right? You guys, you're gonna enjoy next gen's response. But let me ask you a question, right? For 2018 from Sony, you got God of War. You got
Days Gone, Detroit.
What else?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. Spider-Man looked dope.
That's 4. You say you release a exclusive AAA exclusive every 3 months, right? It's set for the year. They're not going to release too many AAAs back to back because they don't want to compete with themselves. And in the mix, in the mix, like I said, you have what you call multi-plats, the AAAs, Red Dead or whatever else is coming out next year to avoid that gap. You know what I mean? So it coming out in 2019 is a good thing, a positive thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wish they would have gave release dates too. That was a downer too.
Nah, they're not gonna do that because if Sony puts something back, like the PlayStation, all that shit's real. So they combat it by saying this game is happening. Everybody gets hyped. They don't give you release. It doesn't matter because all they said was this game is happening. Microsoft shoots themselves in the foot by saying it's coming out this year, and then they push it back, and then now all of a sudden, they're gonna cancel it like Crackdown.
The reason why I say that because we've seen those games more than enough times. This past E3, the E3 before that, enough for this show for it to warrant some type of release date. I guess we'll get it at PSX. Hopefully not, because I'm pretty sure some of that content will trickle over to PSX as well.
Also, Microsoft, I know you're listening. Not if you're listening. I know you're listening. So release your games not just in the fall. Thanks. That's all. Put that out. Not just in the fall. Everybody play games all year. Release them not just in the fall. Appreciate you.
Before you go, Z, can I just? It's killing me, bro. It's killing me. Look. This isn't from me. I'm gonna read something from somebody that's a Sony enthusiast. I'm confused why at PlayStation put on this show just to show more trailers, but not give a lot of concrete dates. This came from Andrea Rain. I think she be on funny videos and GameStop and all, or GameSpot or whatever the case may be. Here's my thing, man. I get it that I would be wood buffer number 1 if I'd said that Microsoft is doing their thing for exclusives. We know that. We know they ain't. But what my concern is are we grading on the curve with Sony? You know what I'm saying? Because let's take Microsoft out of the equation. We know they messing up. But with CGI trailers and no concrete dates, if I'm a consumer and I'm looking at my PlayStation 4 Pro that's sprouting leaves and stuff now, what am I excited about that I got concrete? I didn't see no gameplay. I really didn't get no dates. You know what I'm saying? These games the CGI may look interesting, but what do I have to salivate on?
Look, Albert Pernello made a good point today in the interview.
Wait, no, hold that.
No, I was talking about that in relation to the game.
Hold that down, Pose. It's my turn, big fella.
Okay.
My turn, big fella.
Can I answer that question? You got the flow, big fella. Go ahead, big fella.
Wait, hold on.
Most, this is for you right here. You know why? You know why you're not getting no concrete dates or anything? Scale bound. That's it. You can't take Microsoft out of the equation because that's the reason why. Not to mention they're getting tired of delaying their games. Like they don't want you
with that bag.
The thing about it is it's better to know you have things coming. Like we know what games are coming out for Sony in 2018. We also know what could be coming out in 2019. You couldn't even guess about Microsoft's 2019, bro.
And they didn't even show Death Stranding yesterday. They ain't even show that. They could have. They ain't even
hit after hit. Okay.
Death Stranding gonna be on PS5, big fella.
Hey, Porter Rock, you want to say something before I chimed in, Porter Rock?
Yeah, real quick. You know, while Sony's doing with the PS4, this is nothing new. We acting like we never heard of PlayStation before. They always been that way. They always show trailers to games first, and then like a year later they show gameplay, and then they release it. It's always been that way. This is not new. I mean, if you started gaming before the 360, you would know.
Oh yeah,
doing that for the longest.
That's doing it for years, man.
And it works because one, it gives time, yeah. Number one, it gives time for gamers to talk about it. You know, it gives time for the casuals to get the word out because you know the casuals ain't in on the know on the spot. Sometimes they'd be like, you know, I remember who was it? I don't know if it was somebody on Twitter. I forgot who it was, but they'd be like, "Yo, I had this casual tell me if I ever heard of God of War, I wanted to slap him." You know, it just be like that's just how it is. Some casuals be like, "Yo, I played this dope game called The Last of Us," and you look at them like, "Nigga, you're thinking like when the fuck you started gaming? Like yesterday? Like you know what the fuck? You know?" And that's what Sony does. They constantly talk and over and over.
Why you didn't say that yesterday when I was on your show? I got out the deathbed. and it's crazy, right? And I was, you know, I don't know what the hell.
Right, you was in that quicksand, and Porter Rico was like, "I got a rope."
Yeah, but
I mean, but you gotta reach for it though. Reach, motherfucker, reach! Grab this tree branch right here.
My answers or whatever never changed. They try to say that well, no one's gonna buy the X if it doesn't have any exclusives, which is the farthest thing from the truth. We are what you call the minority. You know what I mean? People, you know, you're not going to go out and buy the X for, you know, probably not even Halo, but they're going to buy the X for the Destiny. Like I said, the Red Dead Redemption, the 2K, the Maddens, you know what I mean? Like I asked you yesterday, what was the biggest exclusive for Sony this year? You know, you said Horizon Zero Dawn. You guys have an install base of, 70 million? What that game was sold 3 million copies or whatever the case, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So we are, like I said, you know, we don't really move the needle, you know what I mean? And I don't understand what the big disconnect. They understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people don't buy it. Yes, we're the hardcore, but I'm talking about the casual, which brings in the money, which far outweighs us about 10-1. You know what I mean? But you know, at the end of the day. But here's my thing, right? And I'm gonna, no theatrics here. I'm gonna give it to you dry. I mean, straight off the back. You know what I mean? I didn't have a problem with CGI trailers. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that. But to me, this is going like a setback. Is me being an Xbox guy. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest. Me being an Xbox guy, it's a little alarming, right? A little alarming. You know what I mean? Because, and this is why I don't understand how Sony's out hustling them. You know what I mean? If you say one company got more money or more resources, I'll give you an example. AMD and NVIDIA, right? AMD has tech out of the wazoo, but they don't have the money that R&D to fulfill and come through with a lot of that stuff. So, AMD, as far as, NVIDIA come out the car, they got more stuff to invest in their tech, right? You got this huge company, right? And you know what's crazy, even to this day, right? Oh, next gen don't start. It's crazy. When people arguing me down and say, they don't want to see 343 or what do you call it, or the coalition make anything. How can it, as you call yourself a gamer, complain about more games? That right? Listen, like even talking to my man Mega, Lord bless his heart, man. We went in chat last night, right? And I was saying, and he was talking about, if what do you say, Garrett? If 343 wanted to make another game, and if it come out 7 years from now, and we find that out, like, what are you talking like that? And cool, like, no, again, no one goes to school just to make one game, like that. There is sheer lunacy. The fact now, this I'm gonna say this again. This is all subjective. Whether you like Infamous or Xbox guys say, what's the same? It's all Sony does is the same cookie cutter third-person action stuff, that's all subjective, right? But their fans or whatever, it's enjoy it. It's a new game, something to choose from. Now, overall, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never really paid attention to a Sony Paris week ever. This is like, to me, you know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm gonna do a video on this. I liked it better than Microsoft's Gamescom. Did I say that? Now, of course, a lot of the things that they show, I don't care for. But you know, I'm a huge God of War fan. But as an Xbox guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's, you know, I'm a little envious. Not envious because I have, you know, everything. I can play everything on. But the fact that, and when some X guys, you know, are saying they didn't enjoy the show, here's the thing, right? And as an Xbox guy, you wouldn't like a PlayStation, an Xbox show? Anytime they having another show 5 weeks from now? You know what I mean? Like, it did its job. Now, listen, grant a lot of things they show I don't care for. You know what I mean? Not my thing. You know, well, it's fine, but it gets their fans excited. You know what I mean? Now, The Last of Us 2. Of course, a lot of us seeing GI, and I will give Sony this. Maybe it's because they are part of the, what do you call the media, the entertainment business. The way that they do it over the top, you know, the story driven stuff, it pulls you in, and they know how to do it. I will give Sony, you know, credit for that. You know what I mean? But another thing I hear a lot of Xbox guys only mention, I like the art style. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is now with this Microsoft and these what, I don't know what the hell you want to call them, these Switch type, you know, art style graphics that they're doing with a lot of their games, you know, especially, I don't like it. I like the mature looking, realistic games. You know what I mean? You know, I do. That's just me. I prefer those type of games. I've never been a huge fan of Rare. And in 2018, we just talked about in 2018, right? They got to call a spade, right? Comparing Sony's exclusive lineup, right? And I'm gonna say this again. When next gen, you said, yeah, multi-plat do rule. There's not one exclusive that's coming out next year that's gonna be bigger than Red Dead Redemption. Not one, right? But just comparing their games, you got God of War, Spider-Man, you know, for sure, Human. What else is coming out next year? No Days Gone. I mean, whatever the case, like they about 4 or 5. And what do we have on the Xbox?
And then they got the marketing rights too.
They got what?
Yeah, and then they got the marketing rights to Red Dead.
They got the
I can get past that. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, they got all that. And my thing is, what is Microsoft doing? And you got someone like Shannon Loftus tells me that Recoil is on the level. So on next gen, when I was out there flipping out, screaming, Zoo Tycoon, and this, that, and the other, well, calm down, see, the games are coming. When? No, you know what? Listen, this is crazy, right? And I started this. Not saying I started it, but I was out the whole console war, and we used to make fun of Sony guys. Wait to E3. Remember, Obeziago on the chat. Wait to E3. Wait to what we saying now? Motherfuckers told me wait to the goddamn Tokyo Game Show. Like, we can't listen. Listen. Like I said, one thing, bro, we got to get the biggest knife in the drawer. We got to cut the bullshit out. You know what I mean? VR, granted, I don't have one, so I can't even speak for that. You know what I mean? And it doesn't really appeal to me. I get it. For those that have VR, which I am surprising, given the numbers are so low, only a 1.5 million install base, that software attach rate has to be kind of high if they're still going to spend money behind it. You know, because that's about the, you know what I mean?
That's like the hardcore. The hardcore bought that.
Yeah. But, you know what I mean? Even like I said, that's going to be, I don't know how much it costs to make those games, but just really be a VR. If that VR sales doesn't pick up, let them get them about $200 by this year, which it should be. You know what I mean? To try to, then to get the software sales, ain't gonna be no more VR next year. That's gonna a kaput for that. You know what I mean? And, because if it's only sold 1.5 pieces of hardware, shout out to somebody drop $10 in the super check. I'll be with you 1 second. Maybe it may sell 200,000 copies in software size, and I'm never gonna go out there and buy the game. I know a lot of people that have it. I think Jesse Soul is already. You know what I mean? That have gotten rid of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So those software sales are really, really, really low. You know what I mean? So the fact that what those like indie games, I know they want to live like from like indie games or whatever the case may be. Then maybe they may try to make their money back or whatever, but that attach rate is very, very, very low. You know what I mean? And I answered this was because of the pricing. That thing came out with $400. Well, let's say about $500 costing more than the Pro, more or less with all of the cameras and stuff that you needed. Last thing I'm going to say, and before I'm going to answer my man's question, right? He dropped $10 super chat. As an Xbox guy, right? And what's just a game repair? Forget the Xbox guys, you know what I mean? And if you want your company to do better, and I say the same thing about Nintendo, you know what I mean? Or whatever, those guys are just, ain't no way in hell. If Nintendo was my preferred platform of choice, that I will be okay with having to have a cell phone app to play online. No. And how you want things to change, or whatever the case may be, you voice your opinion with your wallet. You know what I mean? We have to be vocal. And I always say that I'm not a big what you call it, a hero worshiper. Don't have to speak to Phil. It's not a big deal with me. You know what I mean? But you got to stop again. Hey, that's a great job in kissing their ass when everything ain't green. You know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? What? And again, it's Xbox guys, right? I'm not gonna say this one guy's name. Arguing me down yesterday on Twitter saying, "Well, Microsoft does nothing. Don't need to have an what Sony show called a PSX event because they don't really have nothing to show." Okay, they don't really have nothing to show. I don't know what whatever the case may be. But again, whether you like their shows or not, it's for their fans. And their fans enjoying it. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, I wasn't doing a show comparing what Sony showed yesterday to Microsoft's GameCon. That show was dog shit. You know what I mean? It was utterly complete shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man. But like I said, I don't know. But kudos to Sony. Like I said, Last of Us 2 looks amazing. Spider-Man amazing, of course. That God of War, he say hashtag that stroke. Like, can't wait for that. They didn't show. I didn't see any No Days Gone. They showed that Colossus. Didn't care for. I didn't like any of those. I know I'm not going to get that. You know what I mean? But Detroit 2 Human did pull me in. The whole domestic abuse. You know what I mean? Thing I like that. You know. You like hey, listen, man. Don't judge me. Those without sin. Chanel. That's the first. My man said I can't never pronounce your name, but he always supports the show. Kugatsu? Yeah.
Kugatsu.
Okay. All right. What we saying is right. What he says, I think Sony shows their games too early to get feedback about the gameplay. Well, they didn't show anything, babe. The Last of Us 2 clip could be cinematic or could become playable if there is not enough interest. No, I think that you guys can take this and tackle this question. Sony just started. Their game wasn't very early. Did we just read somewhere that they just haven't started really full production on the game yet? As far as the Last of Us 2.
The Last of Us 2. That's why I said it's not coming out till 2019 because they said they weren't even gonna do the voice work for another year. So.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But which is a good thing. It's not a lot of stuff they have coming out. They have stuff to fill the gap and the void. You know? And also don't say this, Puerto Rico, you didn't mention this too. You didn't gloat because you did say that Sony would show a new game, a new AAA game. You said it in one of the multiplayer, if I'm not mistaken. Sony would show a new AAA game at Paris. Game week, you know. I don't know who you was going back and forth. Was it Mega or somebody, or whoever was going to make sure they did show a new AAA game. So, Gary, what do you think about this? If Sony show, you said that. What do you say? If I think Sony shows their gameplay so early to get feedback about the gameplay, the Last of Us 2 clip could be cinematic or could become a playable if there's enough interest. Like, what do you guys think about that?
No, no. The gameplay is the gameplay. The cinematics is cinematic, especially where Naughty Dog is concerned. They like their stories to be told by Naughty Dog. You're not making a story, you're playing through their story. So the cinematics will be the cinematics, the gameplay will be the gameplay. That's just how Naughty Dog makes games.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, they do. I mean, let me ask you a question for I know Naughty Dog from I know them from what do you call it, Uncharted. The lab. What else have they making besides that?
Did you just gave your 20-minute speech? Are you about to give it again?
No. I'm just kidding. I want to ask you again though. What have they made else besides that? I'm not
Uncharted. The Naughty Dog?
Crash.
They did Crash.
Oh, that's like a platformer, right?
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter.
You can think of it. Jack and Daxter.
Damn.
Uncharted. Last of Us, and they have another IP under their belt.
They did a fighting game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here's one thing I want to bring up.
That one was trash.
So a lot of these studios that Sony has, they're making these good games, Infamous, whatever. When you see their very, very, very early work, a lot of those games were trash. People don't even know what those games were, This is why it's important, and just to hop on Z's point, this is why it's important studios like 343 or Coalition be given the chance to create new IPs, because creating a new IP from scratch, if you get a new development team from scratch, they're going to go through a couple of flops before they finally get the right people, they finally meld and be like, yo, now we can finally, you know what I'm saying? It takes a while. You build a new studio, they're not going to create a game right from the start and be like, boom. Even Bungie, Halo was not their first game. They made a whole bunch of flops before Halo, And every studio that's born, they have to go through their trials and tribulations. Sometimes they fire people. No, this animator sucks, or this writer sucks. We'll hire this guy, and it takes a while to build this. 343 and Coalition already have that experience. They can make a good IP right from the start. You don't have to wait. I do agree. Microsoft still needs to create studios, and that studio is going to take its licks, which I don't think Microsoft will have the patience for that. But that's what they need to do. They need to have the studios take their licks, their growing pains, so they become top studios. Because Naughty Dog wasn't who they are 10, 15, 20 years ago. They made their flops. They made their shitty games. And over time, with ideas and creativity and just working together, they are who they are now. You know, that's just, I think Microsoft needs to take that lesson and just be patient with the developers. But right now, if you want good games over the next 5 years that are bangers or at least really good, you need 343 and Coalition to make them. You need them to do it.
All right. Jesus. Moving right along. Moving right along, man. Moving right along. Let me ask you a question now. Something that you brought up yesterday on your show, Porter Rock. You guys was out there. I was doing that non-profit work today, man, so I hopped in there, man. And giving, I guess, I think I would say what I've noticed, things do change from generation to generation. What was cool last generation may not be what's up this generation, right? We're hearing all these great things about the X. Let me ask you a question, your honest opinion. Porter Rock, did you think or that the hype for the X will be the way that it is, or because I just read something that's still surpassed now, whatever this means, is the number one as far as pre-ordered consoles, sold consoles for Microsoft out of all everything they ever released, the S, the 360, the X. Did you think the hype or whatever the case for this $500 console will be this the way that it is?
Like in terms of performance and delivering what it's.
I'm not talking about the spec. I'm talking about the overall demand from the customer, people trying to get their hands on it.
I think you're gonna get the initial hardcore hype. You're gonna get the initial, hardcore gamers that want that graphics, that power.
It outpaced everything. The 360, the original, the S, even the Xbox One.
Well, no, hold up. It's the fastest pre-ordered. Microsoft didn't say it was the most pre-ordered. You gotta listen to the words. There's a difference between fastest and most.
I thought he told me.
Most is money. Most is quantity. Fastest is throughput. That's two different things.
Okay. The Xbox.
It's not the most pre-ordered Xbox in history. Most meaning the most consoles that got ordered. It may be the fastest, but it's not the most that's been pre-ordered.
Okay, is that due to lack of interest or lack of?
No, not lack of interest. It's supply. It's just supply. It's just not. I won't say supply and demand. It's just what Microsoft created. Because put it this way, Microsoft is not going to create 5 million Xbox Ones right from the jump. They're going to create a low quantity, and they're going to feel it out, and then they'll increase the inventory over time. It'll be crazy for them to release 5 million, and let's say even if 2 million sold. But if you have 3 million left on the shelf,
what did you say? They said it was the what now?
The fastest.
It says here the Microsoft, the Xbox One is the fastest selling console pre-order ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fastest.
Okay.
So would you most?
Okay.
So what you saying? The supply was limited, but it was the fastest for the supply to be deplenished. Is that what?
Yeah, that's exactly what that term means.
Okay.
What the stock that they have in stock, that shit went through with a snap of a finger.
But we still have a measurement to look against. Now we're going to my arena. We still have a measurement to look against the pro, because it still did bigger numbers in the pro in a month, and the pro's been out, since since all of the year, right? So we still have some numbers, some benchmarks to look against. So even though, I get your point, Porter Rock, but we can still say that this thing, the pre-orders still had good numbers. Do we have exact numbers? No, but it outsold the pro, its counterpart, in a month that was out for almost 3/4 of the year.
Yeah, but I'm saying this, I've been said this, the pro's selling like shit. So that doesn't really mean anything to me. Like 1 in 5 PlayStation sales is a pro. 1 in 5.
Well, how many PlayStation sales did we add so far this year?
That's like 20%. I'm talking about since November, not the whole gen. You can't use pro and use 4 years of what PlayStation Vanilla developed. We have to go since November. Only 1 out of 5 purchases are pros.
Well, let's just do the year.
That's like a fraction. That's like a fraction of what PlayStation sells. It's not selling that good. It's really for a niche crowd that wants to spend $400 in a market where you could get play those same games for $200.
So I think around up until the X release, I believe that the PlayStation 4 sold a total of like 8.7 million. So you take a quarter of 8.7 million, and that's what? That's 25% of that. Let's do the math.
Not 20%, because it's 1 in 5.
What are we doing?
8.7 million.
Doing math.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing that mayoral math up in here.
Yeah. So
that dude.
All right, here's actually a good question the panel could answer. X hype and demand will die out. Do you think February? Do you think January? When do you think it will die out?
Hold on. Just to finish, so the number is 1.6 million.
Oh, 1.7. Yeah, 1.74.
So imagine right now the Switch, right? Over the last 9 months sold 7 million, right? That's fantastic. What would we be saying about the Switch if it only sold 1.7 million over the last 7 months? Everybody be like, this shit's a disaster, dog. It's a fucking failure.
But that benchmark for
console taking a year, hell, that's the PSVR.
I got you.
Pretty much the PSVR sells. 1.5 million. It sold like shit. It's a low seller. That's not a lot.
Yeah. Puerto Rico's never, you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, and I initially, now I think this was we disagree. You were saying because of the price of $400. I'm saying no because of the performance and what you're getting in the box. And that's why I believe again because the hardcore guys, you know, they went out and put up what they want, and myself, even me being a hardcore guy, I bought the console thinking I was going to get a leap up in, you know, graphics. So like, damn, we already got what's called the Sony touting the PS4 as the most powerful console ever, and that's 1.8 teraflops, and this thing gets 4.2. Can you imagine what the games are going to look like? I'm sorry. And we didn't get any of that, you know what I mean? So I know that was the pros Achilles heel. But moving into the X, and I'm gonna say this again, I believe it's gonna be Microsoft's #1 selling console for a very, very long time. Now I know you got the Black Friday deals. Well, I'm saying this generation, to be clear, and the reason why I say this started in 2013. It's already 2017. For those who want the X, more or less, or whatever the case, probably done got one by now. You know, so I mean, done got it. It is what it is. And we see how the console is not really selling well right now because a lot of people are waiting for the X. Prime example. Remember the S was announced and the Pro was announced. You look at those sales numbers for the PS4 and lead up to the Pro came out, they were horrible. It was, they were very, very like a lot of people will wait down. I'm gonna get a Pro. I'm gonna get me the Pro. The Pro come out with a for $400. You know what I mean? So I believe I do, and there's no damage. I do believe, like I said, why the sales for the X are so bad right now because a lot of people are waiting for the X. And to break this up, I went into GameStop yesterday. Went into GameStop yesterday, and I was talking to the guy behind the counter. Forget your name, but he's like, man, I can't even pre-order. I can't even get me an X. No, I said, nigga, you work at the store. You can't say, man. And I don't know why, but this one thing I don't understand why GameStop does this. They know we don't have like if a new console come out, you can't go in there and buy it the next day. You got everything got to be pre-ordered. Like, I don't know why they do that, but you know what I mean. So, no, we ain't got no more. You know what I mean? Was as far as like Walmart or Best Buy, they have a few on the floor. Like there is a lot of demand, and I said this too. Like I said, because this generation, it's all been about power. You know what I mean? And I think people, you know what I mean, especially the hard, the word is out amongst the hardcore. You know what I mean? And this is why I think Microsoft and you guys can chime in where they really need to step in an overdrop is really pounded in home. Hey, even if you don't have a 4K television, you know what I mean? You know, which even that adoption rate is much higher than the 1080p. I was looking at some of the numbers and stuff. Your games are going to look better graphically. Without getting too technical about the textures, is that better graphics? You know what I mean? It's going to look much better than graphically than anything that we've ever played on the console. You know what I mean? I think like those commercials right there, Microsoft should be running 24/7. You know what I mean? From Kuala Lumpur, you know what I mean? They really need to pound this thing home. This console comes out when? Next Tuesday. Now I'm gonna say this too, and you need to, whoever you guys are tuning, that I think Microsoft is doing a big mistake. While you still I understand, that you building hype. I remember when the Elite controller came out, right? Everybody went out and bought it, right? You can find it for a while, and I hope Microsoft again. This you're gonna sell the most hardware ever within these 2 months is between November to December. You got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you got the week before Christmas, and initially, you know what I mean, both Microsoft and Sony, they do, well, I won't say Nintendo, but the last couple of years, they do a million, $1 easy in November and December. You know what I mean? It would be a damn shame if they don't have, after those pre-orders go or come up Tuesday, they don't have no more till, or whatever the case, till the first week of December. That will be a huge fail. You know what I mean? Huge. I know you can do a lot of stuff online, you know what I mean? So you're going to sell a lot of stuff online, but being able to walk into that store, you know, Black Friday or the day you want to walk in for your kids, they're missing so much, man. You know what I mean? Do you think that's going to be the case, or like what's going to be?
Can I say a couple of things before? All right. So before we move on, I just want to address this. So you're comparing yourself to the average casual. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You bought a PS4 at launch, right? Z, you hear me? Z.
He ain't want to answer you.
Oh man, this motherfucker, Doug. He said, God bless everybody. Good night.
He did get a Pro at launch, though. He did.
No, I'm not talking about Pro.
No, but he got a regular PS4 at launch. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, so he did. Here's the point. So we're gonna go from A to B. Oh, you back? Yeah,
I'm sorry,
all right. So you bought the vanilla PS4 at launch, right?
Yes, sir.
And you got an Xbox One vanilla at launch, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you bought a Xbox One S, right?
Yes, sir.
Which one? Which one did you buy? The $400, $500, $1,000?
I got we got big things.
You a big thing? Okay.
Big things.
Then you bought a Pro.
Yes, sir.
And now you're about to buy an X.
Yes, sir.
You bought like 5 consoles that pretty much all do the same shit. The average, listen. The point I'm trying to say, the average consumer don't do that, bro. Listen. You are a big spender. You like fat asses, fast cars, and apple pie.
I know that, but again,
everybody else is eating cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets.
But you gotta put the beginning for that, right?
I'm gonna tell you.
But
hardcore. You buy TVs every fucking month.
Not anymore.
Well, listen, nah.
But, I know that, bro. We are a small. I know that hardcore. But again, here's the thing, right? But you do have that consumer base out there, right? That maybe, and that's the thing. That's why I don't believe the Nintendo Switch is going to be. This is a huge success, because I said this, that now everybody can afford to buy multiple consoles. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean. You know, I'm coming from the day and every day. I like this. Even if you got the Xbox or the PlayStation, whatever, but you will be good either way. As far as you get the multiplayer and all that stuff, the big stuff, but you're not getting it on the Switch. That's $300 just to play goddamn Mario. But again, all right, I understand people buying multiple stuff, but bro, people just told me, yo, bro, I just traded in my PS4. Sony guys towards that X, bro. Like, bro, you know what I mean? For those that, you know what I mean, that I won't even say they a little bit more than casual or whatever, they get, you know, for the better version of multiplayer. People want graphics, son. Believe it or not, it's like a whole new different generation. Like, it's like the Xbox 2 just dropped. It's coming out Tuesday. We're talking about better graphics, son. This is a totally whole new different scenario here. This is like a new generation at the beginning of a holiday season.
And the thing that Z's always said that holds firm and true is that the reason why you had the mass exodus, all right, from 360 to PlayStation 4 was because they started hyping up this whole graphical capabilities at the end of the 360 era, and people heard that and they went with the graphics. Now I get what you're saying, P-Rock.
No, they didn't. That's not true at all.
I get what you're saying, P-Rock. But look. Let me throw some numbers at you, bro. The average rate, because I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say it's about the exclusives, right?
Nah, I got a whole bunch of reasons, not just one. That's the problem. Okay. You guys only listen to one reason. Okay. Right? Sony didn't use the 1080p narrative until they realized Microsoft fucked up creating a weaker console, and it costs more than their console. So of course they're gonna run with it. We got a cheaper console that's more powerful. That's a no-brainer to use against Xbox. It's a no-brainer.
But they use that. They use that successfully and it increased sales.
That's a no-brainer to use that. I mean, who wouldn't use that?
On 1080p way before the PS4. That happened in the PS3 era, man.
You know what's the crazy thing is that if you go back, Sony didn't talk about the price of their console. The only time they joyed and rejoiced about the price of their console was when Microsoft came out and said the Xbox One was $500. They came out at E3 and said it was $400.
They changed the price at E3.
After that, they didn't talk about the price. They said 1080p makes you a better gamer. They said, hey, you can get your Call of Duty on the PS4 at 1080p. What is it on the Xbox? Oh, it's 720. That's what they did. from that point forward. You think they went and was like, yeah, it's $400. They didn't talk about the price. They just said we had the more powerful console. People went in the store, said I can get this one better.
They didn't
this one plays my Call of Duty better.
And what you got
this one plays my Call of Duty better. That's what they went in.
Maslin, they didn't have to talk because everybody knew. You think we're idiots?
Who is everybody?
Bro, you just have to walk through the store and look at the
question.
show.
I got a question.
$3.99, unless you think people are literate.
Always talking about the casuals. How many casuals watch Paris Game Show?
You don't have to watch a game show.
How many motherfuckers watch it? How many watch it?
A goddamn thing. All you have to do.
We watch stuff like E3.
You don't
care about that.
You just have to walk
care about which one plays my card the best.
A goddamn sign.
P-Rock, you just shot yourself in the foot, bro. You shot yourself in the foot, bro. Because the fact of the matter,
you telling me, hold up, you telling me you need Paris Game Show to know the price of a console? You can't simply go to GameStop.
I'm saying they care about which one plays my card the best. Nothing at Paris Game Show do they give a damn about. They care about which one plays my COD, which one plays my Madden, which one plays my 2K. Everything else is irrelevant to them.
You guys are missing the timeline.
That's the one they get.
You guys are missing the complete timeline. What happened was Sony did this whole, this is how we share games.
Yes.
Everybody got attracted to that article. Everybody was running that. And then that's when the casual got the rundown of the specs. They were like, oh, wait a second. The Xbox One is more expensive and it's less powerful than the PS4. And that's how all that shit happened. So don't tell me, just the gamers went with PS4. Nah, man. They went with it, yes, because it was cheaper, but because Sony was making a big deal out of it having a higher resolution in the Xbox One.
By the time Xbox dropped the price, that's when the gap even widened. So P-Rock, you shoot yourself in the foot, bro.
No, listen, hold on. Let me help you. Let me tell you so. One, they didn't even really drop the price. All they did was remove the bundle 8 months later. When you fucking up for 8 months, it's hard to come back from that.
But that's when the numbers widened. That's when the gap widened, though. So if it was just about the price, then it should have evened off.
So no, what do you mean got widened? What do you mean widened? Sony was outselling Xbox from day one worldwide.
Listen, the simple fact is that the console costs more, and it had less hardware than the PS4. Like, what more do we need to say about that? As a consumer, straight up. I'm an Xbox guy, so I want to play those exclusive games. I want to play my Gears, my Halo, so I'm fucking grabbing it. Of course, but for the casual or for the gamer that just wants one console, they're gonna go with the best console. And when the best console, like graphics wise or hardware wise, is cheaper by like a substantial amount, come on, like why are we surprised why the PS4 outsold it? And they took too long to remove. the Kinect. They should have removed the Kinect. They should have did an executive decision and abandon the Kinect and so you can add it if you want to add it. If they did that, I don't think the gap would be so big.
Hey, Zay, share my screen real quick. We're gonna cut the bullshit.
I got you. Before I share your screen, right?
We're gonna cut the bullshit here.
Okay, I'm gonna share you. Before we do that, right? Now we gotta be clear of this, right?
No bullshit to count. That's a fact, bro.
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about your statement. I'm talking about the overall conversation.
Listen, right? Before, and we gotta be clear of this, right? And before I share your screen to the public, right? We got to be honest with this. A Porter Rock, it wasn't the fact that it was because you guys like to hop on. I mean, I hopped in your show yesterday. He was talking about because the X doesn't have any big exclusives. Let's be clear of this. Sony didn't sell 70 million consoles or whatever they sold because of Uncharted. They didn't sell it because of Horizon Zero Dawn. They sold it because of the Destinies and you know the Call of Duties and just that and the other. Because no one bought a PS4 Porter Rock for Killzone, son. No one bought a PS4 for NEC, and that's all you guys had for the first few years.
Facts.
And again, I know all this is subjective. Like, you know, I've been doing it. When you got the PlayStation guys naming their list and naming games like Tropico 5 and Godzilla, we have to be at least be honest. Because my grandmother said you got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Okay, George, share my screen. Share my screen. I got a question for y'all. Y'all need to help me with this. Help me out with this. Joe, look at the screen. Help me out with this. Explain this then.
Okay.
Explain what?
You'll see it. Sure. Well, if he shares my screen, you'll see it.
Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay, what's wrong?
You see it? What article? Why y'all reading?
November 2014 NPD.
Okay. Keep reading. What it says.
No, hold on. Okay.
Xbox One defeats PS4.
All right. How? Let me ask you something. Hold on. Now, PS4 is more powerful, right? And this is the year Destiny came out, and we had the bundle. So how Xbox One won MPD in November? Help me out. Explain.
That's 1 month.
Wait, wasn't the Xbox One month cheaper?
1 month? 1 month? Oh, explain that one then.
What'd you just show? Let me see that.
We'll start with this one.
Help me out right now. Watch it. Hold up. Now I'm gonna take your screen down. Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be really easy right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share your screen.
Let's see if he's doing what I'm doing.
I'm gonna share your screen, and I'm gonna present to everyone right here. Right. Wait, bro. Make this small. All right, get the hell out of here. Close. All right. This was at $500.
Nope.
At $500.
Nope.
At $500.
This is 2014. Do you want to? You want to show this? This is the Xbox was not being sold in 2014 November for $500.
Let it say, Puerto Rock. This was at $500.
What are you talking about?
Listen, you listen. What I'm saying this is at 2013. Remember we had the show.
No. We're not talking about 2013. Look at the screen.
Relax, Poppy. You're gonna see it in a minute, right? Okay, before the narrative got spread, okay? Because again, this $500 console, and you make it seem like this the only reason Sony were winning because they were cheaper, and no, that wasn't the case. Because even at $500, what I'm saying, the Xbox One outsold the PS4 in certain amounts. You know what I mean? It wasn't again to that narrative got spread about the game, the multiplex again running better on the PS4 because no one bought a goddamn X.
Okay. So explain.
Or kills them.
All right, fine. So explain a year later in 2014 why did this happen? And keep in mind, and I'm going to add. I'm going to add. Hold up. I'm going to add. This is the year Destiny came out, and we have the marketing price drop.
Listen. Didn't Microsoft do a $50 price cut?
Oh wait, also,
they included 3 games.
Wait, we talking about
including Destiny.
So we talking about deals and price. That's what we talking about now. Now we want to talk about price.
So in December 2013, how did Microsoft win when it was $500 more?
Well, supposedly PlayStation had low stock.
How did Microsoft win when it was $500 more?
Probably low stock.
Supposedly nothing.
But it was only
Look, it was $500 more.
No.
But not here. Here's the thing.
How did Microsoft win when it was $500 more?
Well, I'm answering. A lot of people said PS4 ran out of stock.
It was only marketing for 3 days. And it won November of 2013, but it was only in the market for 4 days.
They was not in the market for it. They got the fuck out of here. Anyway, hold on.
If y'all don't get up out the past, bro, we talking about 2014.
Here's the thing. You guys,
immediately goes back to the past.
If I can remember,
all of his arguments go back to 2013.
Here's the point I'm making. Here's the point I'm making. You guys act like price has no factor.
No, I never said price didn't have a factor. I said PlayStation didn't push the price. They pushed resolution.
They don't have to push the price because everybody knows it. You walk in the store and you can see it.
And nobody said the price doesn't matter, but the price was equal in 2014 when they got wide.
I don't know. Hold on a second. Puerto Rock, I don't know how you think fucking gamers are like kinetic or something. They can read thoughts. First of all, it was knowledge because gamers talked amongst themselves that the fucking PlayStation 4 was more powerful. You'd get fuckers going into GameStop saying, "Give me the Xbox One X," and the guy would say, "No, don't get the Xbox One X. Get the PlayStation 4. It's cheaper and it's more powerful.
It's better for your multi-plat." So heard that all over the place.
The reason why it won is because the multi-plats performed better because it had higher resolution. People were looking at fucking Call of Duty on the Xbox One and looking at it on the PS4 and said, "Holy shit, it looks like dog shit. 720p."
I remember going into GameStop and Muggs saying at GameStop, "Look, if you get the Xbox One if you want Halo and want them exclusives, but if you want the best multi-plat, you pick up the PlayStation 4." It was all over the place. I'm not understanding, bro.
You guys look at the screen right here. Look at the screen. It says, as usual, the NPD report didn't disclose hardware sales figures, but Microsoft revealed that it sold 900,000 in Xbox One in 9 days. It was only in market for like a week. The PS4 came out November 13th. The Xbox came out November 22nd. It was only in the market for like 5 or 6 days, so you didn't be able to count it. And then damn near still won November and being $100 cheaper. You know what I mean? is when that narrative again spread about, hey, our shit is more powerful, 1080p, and then when Sony took over. But that month that they won it in November in 2014, Microsoft sliced the price by $50 and gave you like 3 games. That's why, you know what I mean? And Sony stayed at whatever $400. They didn't do no price cut. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Those the same gamers that left Xbox and went over to the PlayStation 4 last generation because of power. If you really think that a lot of them aren't going to come back to Xbox, you're deluded. They are, because they're
look at the trading deals.
They're obsessed with power. I'm in like the NeoGAF threads, and honestly tell you, I'm not even hearing them trash the Xbox One X. Half of them are saying, I'm fucking getting one. I can't wait. I'm getting one. I'm not saying these guys are going to abandon their PlayStation 4, because they're not. I'm not going to abandon my PlayStation 4. It's got some titles that I want to play on it. But a lot of those guys, they're going to get an Xbox One X too, because they can have a PC-like experience on it. They're going to be able to pay the best multiplats there. And you know what? The exclusives that they like, they'll be able to get them on the PlayStation. Watch and see.
Yeah, I just want to say this quick point. I know you're trying to defy our logic with that article you put out, but now let's not act like 1080p, 900p is the same thing that's going on right now. That slight resolution bump is no texture gate. Okay, the games on the Xbox One X are completely different, so you need to stop being delusional here.
And also, here's the thing. I've seen time and time again, the most powerful consoles always get beat out by the cheaper consoles.
Because they're like $200 more. This is $100.
No. But here's the thing: you only strictly looking at the Pro. The biggest sellers is going to be the cheaper console.
And the real Achilles heel of the Pro was the X was announced before the Pro.
Still putting
That's
customers
the
in the box.
Let's get one thing. Hold on. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not saying the Pro is going to outsell the X. That's not my argument.
Yeah, you're saying the base PS4 and the base
I'm saying both platforms, the Pro and the X, are going to be the lowest selling platforms. It's going to be for the niche crowd.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to get the S, because it's going to obviously drop to good low prices on Black Friday and for the holiday. So a lot of people will get that, but a lot of people are holding out to get the Xbox One X, and a lot of PlayStation guys. I'm telling you, you're gonna fucking get an X.
Yeah, hardcore guys. I'm saying again,
not just the hardcore guys, the fucking casuals that want the best.
Y'all gotta stop that, man. Stop.
The casuals that want the best.
Listen, we could go around circles.
The same casuals
at the end of the day
got the PS4.
You know what?
Now the PS4 Pro or the PS4 cannot offer them anymore. They're gonna want the fucking Xbox One X.
Listen, fine. We could go around the circle all day. December, we'll see who catches these L's.
You gotta be. Come on, you gotta be delusional.
Okay, listen, fine. We'll find out. We'll find out this December. We'll find out. Find out.
Every single console when it launches, it always launches at number 1. So losing battle.
All right. You have to stop putting customers in a box, man. If somebody wants something, they're gonna get it. Stop with this casual shit and this hardcore shit. Man, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. You cannot put consumers in a box if you do not know the financial state of he or she. If they want something, they gonna get it.
Exactly.
Forget a casual. Forget a hardcore.
Latest and greatest, bro. Latest and greatest.
I know, and this notion that we have that casual gamers are not into,
and especially this generation.
So you mean to tell me just because I play a specific game doesn't mean I don't want the premium hardware or content? That is ludicrous, bro. I know guys who just play Madden and 2K, but they want to play it at the best quality possible, bro. Let's stop this putting people in the box. If they want it, they're gonna walk in the store and get it. Period.
This generation,
like since the dawn of time, people ain't been walking into the store like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill him with this TV. I'm gonna kill him with this new phone." And like, bro, people buy stuff just to show off. They will never turn it on except for when they homeboys come over. Like, "Yo, this 2K looks fire on my 4K TV on my brand new Xbox. What you got?" Like, that is the thing. You saying nobody gonna buy it? The casuals are the ones who go in the store for that garbage.
Yo, bro, this generation. Hold on. This generation, they got money for that shit. I got customers that come into my store. They want some ridiculous shit. The Nintendo. Some of these guys are willing to pay $100 more than what it's fucking worth just to say they got that shit.
For sure.
All right, you're delusional, man.
People want the
hottest popping shit, and a gamer is gonna want the best thing he can fucking game on.
Okay,
console gamers are gonna want the best console.
Let me tell you something.
A lot of these.
Listen. Hold on.
People dropping $1,200 on fucking iPhone X's. What's $500?
You know what? Everybody clown that iPhone X. Somebody's gonna be $1,000 ain't gonna sell. Hey, that boy doing numbers right now.
But to Porter Rock's point, Joe, I'm gonna defend Porter Rock for a little bit. Let me do this, P Rock.
Somebody cut this nigga mic off.
I'm going next.
No, hold on. You sound real Halo Storm right now.
Ponies need love too. Ponies need love too. All right, here's the deal. Porter Rock brings up a good point that we're generally power doesn't mean anything if you look at the PlayStation 2. You know what I'm saying? And the PlayStation 3 had the core processor.
That was a different era, man.
But that's my point. That was my point. This is a completely different thing. They marketed for this generation at the end of last generation. They was pumping Unreal 4. I remember picking up game magazines. It was power.
Yeah.
This is different. Different time.
The PS2 had like a monopoly in those games, though. But Porter Rock, I want to hear your response to this real quick. All right, you're over here hopping up the Switch. You can't get a Switch. It's selling like crazy. But when the Xbox One X is selling like crazy, fastest pre-ordered Xbox, and you can't find it anywhere, you're like, oh, it's low with the supplies, man. It doesn't matter. It's not going to sell. So what is your response? Why are you hyping the Switch, but when the X is doing just as well, you're like,
how we so wait, the X is doing just as well, so it's sold 7 million.
No, I'm saying you can't find the X.
Listen,
you can find the Switch, but you hype the Switch, but not the X.
What do you mean we can't find the X? We're just talking about pre-orders.
Zeke couldn't even fucking done one.
X, we haven't done anything.
Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you this question. Real
you can't put that. Wait, hold up. I'm gonna answer me. I'm gonna have Nitos. Okay. You can't compare the two. The X is not even sold yet.
I get that.
It's just talking about pre-orders.
Like with the Switch, the Switch, like how you couldn't with the X.
Hold up. The Switch is actually winning NPDs. It's actually busting motherfuckers whole, being the weaker platform.
Yeah,
the X hasn't done anything yet.
Okay, but I
got we hype pre-orders.
It hasn't done anything. You know. It hasn't done anything.
Let me ask you a question.
How much was pre-ordered? Did 1 million get pre-ordered? 500,000?
We didn't know how much the Switch got pre-ordered, but we did anyway.
We know how the Switch is doing now. It sold over 7 million.
Yeah, we know how it's doing now, but we didn't know how it was doing back then. But
we just did the math. What did you talk about? We did the math for the Scorpio edition. It looks like there's around 1.7 million that was pre-ordered.
No, he doesn't want to listen to it though.
you just crunched the numbers here. You just going to
what numbers? No one's saying anything.
Look, we did the numbers of the PlayStation 4, compared them to what was pre-sold for the Xbox One Scorpio edition, man. What's going on here, yo? What's going on? Come on, you debating your own math, P-Rock. Come on, bro.
All right, let me help you out, MMO. All right, let me help you out. What you're doing is it got outsold in Amazon, right? PS4 Pro, right? The whole year's worth. So how many PS4 Pros did Amazon sell then? How many pros were sold? Because in order to say, in order to have a number from Xbox and you're using PS4 Pro Amazon sales, then we need to know how many Amazon sold. How many the Pro sold on Amazon? What's the number? Somebody give me a number.
Whatever is sold out.
This is the whole problem. Hey, Porter Rock, this is the whole problem with this argument, which this argument is pointless. Nobody knows how many pros actually sold. You're not going to know how many X's sold.
But did the Pro get outsold in every store like the X?
All you're going to know
is being outsold like everywhere.
All you're going to know is the NPD, how many Xboxes sold. Xboxes include Xbox One X and Xbox One S. That's it.
That's it. That's what we wait.
I want to say this, right? No. I got Hear me out.
The answer is going to be in December. We got November MPD.
You know what, Porter Rock? And I will say
November MPD is not going to break up the Xbox and the S.
But we don't need to, because according to you guys, listen. According to you guys, X by itself. Listen, no. According to you, hold up. According to you guys, X by itself is going to sell millions.
Listen to me.
Wait, hold up. That's what.
Listen. Hey, you know what, Porter Rock, right? And we can end it with this, right?
Let me put it this way. Listen. It doesn't matter. Hold up.
I will let you go. Listen, I want to say this, right? I can't say this. The Pro was never sold out, ever.
Exactly.
I know that.
Okay. Before launch, after launch, but the X is. Do
you know how many X's were sold?
I don't know.
It's sold out.
Do you know how many? How many they had?
What are you talking about? Man, sit your old ass down somewhere.
Exactly.
I'm saying when we compare between the two, I'm saying, and what, even though the Pro was $400,
phantom numbers.
That's it. Listen, at the end of the day, is this me and Z has
a. You something for perpetrator right now?
Hold up. Here's the facts. See, we're talking about me and Z. Hold up. Me and Z have a bet, right? Me and Z have a bet.
Is this what we talk about in the premise?
Hold up.
It's not going to do that well.
Hold up. Listen.
This is $500.
No, this is why we have. We have a bet. Right? We have a bet. Me and Z have a bet. PlayStation family versus Xbox family, right? If PlayStation family outsells Xbox family, then it doesn't fucking matter what the One S sells. It got outsold. Bro, it doesn't matter at that point. It's irrelevant.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, now listen here, bro. I understand. Now you're saying you guys are immature. Your mother. I know you're but one of mine. Listen, fuck all that premium and shit, right? Always saying, right? You say the Switch was a success and it's selling out phenomenal. Understanding up. I'm just saying, even with all the hype and shit that Sony had and still in the number one problem, the Pro has never been sold out. And always saying, whatever the fuck the case may be, is that the X is. So you don't. I mean, at $500, because your thing is that it's $500. No one's gonna really buy it. Even your whole show yesterday, Water Rock, be honest. Well, no one's gonna really buy the X's. It's $500 with no exclusives. And I'm telling you, this is the farthest thing away from the fucking truth.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah, I mean, do you agree with that? I'm just saying, regardless
of selling out worldwide.
How do you know? How do you know that the Pro?
Listen. At the end of the day, the X is going to sell.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, nigga? Bro, fuck the numbers. We're just talking about the narrative of being, nigga. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. That you can't. What I'm saying, right? The argument, the statement was, no one's gonna buy the X. It's $500 and no exclusives.
I'm not making that argument, though.
No, listen. I joined the show yesterday. What was talking about? Well, at the end of the day, when people buy for exclusives, were you not guys saying that? Well, we're not talking today. You're still saying because it's $500, whatever the case. Okay. I get that. I'm just even at $500 with fucking Super Lucky Tales, Zoo Tycoon, and Disneyland Rush. You can't find the goddamn console nowhere. That's all. Now what? Who church? Who got the best goddamn single? Oh, that makes subjective. I'm just saying, and not one time, even at the height of the PS Pro, still at their success and their popularity, the Pro has never been fucking sold out. That's all that I'm saying.
And here is the one argument that could beat what you're talking
about. It ain't no beating that, nigga. It's a fact.
It is. If you made if the Xbox One X only made $500, what are you talking about? It was like $2 million. It's obvious.
Hit that like button.
You don't know how much they made.
Look, man.
You know what you sound like right now, nigga? I want to thank Master Charles for bringing me here. If it wasn't him, I would have found my Lord and Jesus Savior Christ right now. That's what the fuck you sound like.
Listen. Unless you put that dope,
I'll put it like this.
That math.
Before the X,
now he's gonna say, "Well, Mike has only released 1,000."
It was a lot of.
We don't know.
I mean,
what I'm telling you is we don't know.
I'm crazy because at the end of the day, we didn't know how many round in circles.
That did good.
From the first announcement of the X, it was doubted. It was doubted in its capabilities. It was doubted in the price. From the first, it was doubted when the pre-order that it wasn't going to sell. It wasn't going to be in. And it wasn't only from gamers. This was from the media too. Even Digital Foundry did a video of a pro build of the X saying it wasn't, and based on their build, that it wasn't going to be able to do 4K or it was going to struggle or how the technology was going to be. And then when they went up to Microsoft, they found out they was all wrong. Exactly. They came back with a story on the X, which everybody thought they paid, that's Microsoft paid for, and they didn't, because Microsoft didn't even know what article or what they was going to write. But when Digital Foundry came back, they was like, Microsoft has done something magnificent. Now we got this price. Now it moved from it won't go be able to do 4K. It won't go be able to do 4K 60. It's gonna do 4K 30. It's gonna be low settings. It's gonna be medium settings. Now we move. It's gonna be $800. It's gonna be $1,000. Now we move from all that to it don't have no games, because everything that everybody said it wasn't gonna be able to do, it is doing now, and it's doing it at $500 at a price. At a price that people said people wouldn't go buy it.
That's all that I'm saying.
And
you and next gen can cut all that wood buffing out.
I'm seeing Sony fans with more comparisons. With more comparisons that we have over 160 titles, enhanced title. But just look at this. The Xbox Dev Kit was released before E3. That was in June. It is now October, about to be November. That is 4 or 5 months. We have had more enhanced titles in 4 or 5 months.
Do we have for the Pro? Oh, yeah.
Have for the whole year. And you know what? So
you do know the Pro has 230 enhanced titles, right?
Look.
Okay, wait. Before we move on real quick.
Hold on. The Sony fans.
The Pro has 225 enhanced titles, but we saw Shadow of War and what those enhancements are.
Okay, but look.
Don't give me numbers with no bullshit like that. Go ahead.
Look, bro, and you gotta question some of those enhancement titles if you go down the list. You really wouldn't consider them.
Nigga, Garrett, man, check this out. Cheap ass wobbles from Burger King, bro. You can't go to McDonald's. Go sit your ass down and get your wobble.
No, but
let me ask you this question again. Come on, because y'all doing all this talking. Listen, y'all don't want to hear the truth, bro. This is the problem with you. You don't want to hear the truth.
Listen,
I'm giving you
we don't know. Listen, we don't know how much Master Relief. That's not the question. All I'm saying is this: that every obstacle that they put up that the X wasn't going to do, 4K, prices are going to hurt
everything.
Listen, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is this: no, listen, young man, listen here. All I'm saying, every obstacle that they put out that the X wouldn't do, right? Now, listen, hear me out. Okay, listen. And then they said, now with the pre-orders, now it wasn't going to sell. Now you can't pre-order the goddamn console anywhere, right?
I just pre-ordered it.
Say that. Now you're going to say that. Boom. And now you're going to say that.
Let me show you, young ladies. Let me show you, young ladies. I just pre-ordered it. I just pre-ordered it right now.
Bro,
you all being sold out. I just pre-ordered it right now.
From where?
Amazon.
Okay. What's
Amazon?
The Scorpio version is sold out.
When you getting it?
The Scorpio version.
When you release date? When you release date?
Hold on.
Are you getting it on November 7th?
Tuesday, November 7th, 2017.
Okay, wait on
Hold
that.
on. This is what we're gonna do. The Scorpio version.
Hold on.
Did sell out.
Let me drop this in the chat right quick,
on
sweetie.
Amazon too, but they put it back up after they got some more stock in.
It don't matter about when it gets
but it sold at one point. The regular version was sold out on Amazon too.
Hold on. I like money.
I want to finish my point.
I want to have some fun with this right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one of them old next gen juice. Let me see if I can find one of them. Hold on, let me hit the pause. Let me see if I can find one of them old school next gen throwback knives.
Oh shit, he's right. I'm on Amazon right now. I could pre-order it right now.
Because they put it back up there, but at one point it has sold out.
I'm a gambling man, right? Now, Garrett.
Exactly. They started to figure out people are actually going to buy it a little bit.
Yeah, and they went and brought some more stock.
How come you didn't say that 5 minutes ago?
Ain't nobody didn't expect that.
This right now. Hey, Garrett, right? We talking about this, right? So you hop like Captain Saber when you stick your neck out there. Check it out, right? Goldie, check it out, right? I bet you the X outsell the Pro. And we can because I know somebody. I know somebody. Let me say this. I know somebody that knows somebody that we could. I get exact MPD numbers. That shit costs about $50,000 a month. And I hope you get listen, we're talking. No. I'm not talking about the X. I'm not talking about.
No, you gonna have to show that, big fella.
I'm not talking about the X added with the S. I bet you right now we're gonna do $100, nigga. That the X will outsell the Pro both launch numbers. Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
How much has the Pro sold?
Nigga.
How much is the Pro sold?
Pro launch.
How much is the Pro sold?
No, the Pro numbers launch was only like 180K. It was low.
Okay. So again,
it's nothing. So they can't sell it. Yeah, I believe that.
This year alone, when the Scorpio.
Let's make this bet right now. Oh, fuck all that. Let's make this bet that the X launch will outsell the Pro at launch.
Yeah, I think so.
No. You don't kid. You stuck your goddamn neck out there. You got the kid.
You don't even know what it's sold.
Take your fingers out your mouth, nigga. Put the money in the woman. The game go good.
You don't even know.
Nah, nigga. I don't want to talk, nigga. Let's know. You told me we ain't got no numbers. We gonna have some numbers.
Hit that like button.
Nah, nigga. I don't want to hear that. Jesus, I don't want to hear none of that.
You gonna go here?
We were talking about the X versus the Pro. You stuck your goddamn neck out there. The conversation was, I said that every obstacle that they put up there for the Pro.
Showed you that you could pre-order the damn X right now.
Because they put it back up there.
You're gonna be okay.
First of all,
you're dealing with some madness right now.
Let me kill King's blood, my bro. King's blood, my bro. But I gotta body him real quick.
No, but let me
tell you something. Look,
when the Scorpion one do, it did. Wasn't gonna sell, it did. That's all. That said, we're gonna buy $500, and of course,
you know like right now.
Compared, no. Compared to the Pro,
do you know who you sound like right now?
I'm just saying that the Pro, I'm gonna say the X, it will outsell the Pro. Now you said we ain't got no way to say number.
You know who you sound like right now?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with your statement.
You know who you sound like right now? The X will outsell the Pro.
No, Z, do you know who you sound like right now?
Listen, because I want to talk about it. Yes or no?
Who you sound like?
Nigga, I'm talking
to you. Like 2016 you when you was bragging about how they won these MPDs and how they was going to take over and they've been holding that L.
Nigga.
Looks like you. 2016
nigga. Yo, listen here. Right now, you smoking who got a Django feast right now, nigga.
Holding that L, big
fella. That's $100 right now.
Holding that L, big fella.
No,
why would I bet on that and I don't care about the two? Either way, it don't matter. Both of them played
for a half hour. I don't hear what that goddamn PC, nigga.
Hit the like button.
I do not care. I don't even know when my X gonna be plugged up.
It's out. It's going down. It's out. It's going down. Don't be fire.
Get your ass out of here, nigga.
Yo, making my point, man.
Yo, December is gonna
be. Look, I just want to make my point, bro. Look.
Go ahead, Paul.
The Xbox dev kits came out in they was given to the developers in June. It's about to be November right now. That was what's that, about 4 or 5 months, and we had over 160 enhanced titles for the X within that period, and they just got their hands on the dev kit, so they're not even really accustomed to the hardware yet. This was in 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Just think next year or 2 years or 3 years from now. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be crazy. As far as the numbers, when the Scorpio edition got sold out, the original one sold out, and then it went back in stock. It sold out again, then it went back in stock. It sold out, and now it's back in stock again. But it might go back out because, from what I'm hearing, Amazon is pretty much saying they probably don't get the number that they ordered, and that's why some people's shipping dates is getting pushed back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing. So that ordering on Amazon might not be there for too long.
I respect all that, but we don't know. We don't have the confirmed numbers. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, that's why Zion heard over there. Last year, Z knew somebody.
The game go good, nigga.
But look, last year, this whole podcast knew somebody that said Ryzen was going to be an X.
Also, what y'all was talking about earlier.
And the Switch was going to have 4K.
Oh man, this nigga terrible.
Hey, no, Kingsblood. Let's not forget that the Xbox One S was going to make a comeback, and that was going to be the best-selling console. How that last? How long did that last?
I'm just I'm an Xbox guy, but I'm a wait and see type of guy. I ain't just jump out there in the fire and blow the fuck up type of guy. I'm gonna sit back and see what
all I'm saying is this: when I win my bet, Z better pay up. That's what I'm saying.
I'm say this right. At the end of the day, all I'm saying, post was saying that every obstacle that they said the X wouldn't do is done. Right? That's it. It wasn't gonna sell.
You needed 4K.
Yeah, this, that, and the other, or the price it wasn't gonna do 4K. It's done all that. Now it's like I said, what I mean. And again, regardless of whatever, I want to just put those two in the vacuum between the X and the Pro. I'm just saying here, whether they win, it's gonna dominate the.
Not only that, Z. If you with these comparisons that's coming out, if you look at Assassin's Creed,
yes.
If you look at just say what's the new joint they said that's 4K 60 and it's 1440 dynamic. on the Pro. When these comparisons start rolling out, because I have read a couple comments where a few Sony fans saying they regret purchasing the Pro. Someone was complaining about why they're not getting more enhanced titles that's pretty much on par or with the X, or why developers are not taking advantage of it. That's the conversation now amongst a lot of gamers. It might not be a whole wide range of gamers, but a lot of people are contemplating even purchasing the Pro. If you think that the X is not going to have an impact on people purchasing based on its power and it being able to run multi-platform games better than its competition, then you're a fool. People will pay extra if they know they're getting quality. I don't know no person on this earth that doesn't pay for quality. I mean, we all try to get quality
McDonald's,
McDonald's,
#1 burger in the world.
McDonald's, that's not quality.
Exactly.
Number one burger in the world.
That's fast, bro. That's fast.
They sell the most burgers more than anybody else, and they because of value. Here's the point I'm trying to. I'm gonna tell you the secret. I'm gonna tell you. No,
of course, somebody else spends on a burger. We're talking about electronics.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna win this bet. Here's the thing. I have no doubt that the One X will outsell the Pro. You know, I never argued that.
Why it's cheaper?
I have no idea. I have no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because I have no doubt. Because the way I see it, the Pro at $400. If you're willing to spend $400 on a console, then you're willing to spend
$5.
Yeah, you're gonna spend $5. Okay, yeah, exactly. So I'm with that. Here's the problem. All right, the $200 PS4 Slim once again is going to be the beast of November. The only other platform that probably will outsell that is probably the Switch. That's it.
So you
The Xbox One S, that shit is fucking done.
Okay.
All right, let me tell you something. No, hold up. Z made a point.
And why is it done?
Hold up. Z made a point that he compared when before the Pro release, the PlayStation dropped in sales. It was still selling over 200K though. Right? It was still selling over 200K. The Xbox One S. The One S. Let me finish.
I got a question for Puerto Rico.
Let him finish.
Xbox One S dropped to 5 fucking figures. That shit is Wii U numbers.
Listen, it's three consoles.
I got a question.
The Switch, and you have the.
You're saying you've been saying this whole time that price and the deals, that's what matters, right? So if the Xbox One S is $200, just like the PS4 Pro on November, around Black Friday, and it comes with 3 games.
What are you talking about? The Pro?
I'm saying if the Xbox One S,
it's gonna be $189. It's gonna be $189 on Black Friday.
It'll be $200, and it comes with 2 or 3 games. That should theoretically outsell the PS4 if it's all about the price and the deals, right?
Slim's doing the same thing.
I'm asking.
Wait, no.
Hold up. Mighty Moss.
No, it's not
PS4 price. It's gonna be $189.
No, Master, you made a good point. The only problem is Sony's gonna do the same thing.
No, it's $199. We saw a leak Black Friday sale paper.
Do the same thing.
PS4 was $199 and the Xbox One S was $189.
Okay.
We saw a leak sales paper for Black Friday. This not the Pro. This the regular PS4 was $199. And the Xbox One S was $189. So it's still looks like it's a lot cheaper.
And it's gonna come with more games. Because we know PlayStation, when they do bundles, they make you pay for the game. So Xbox One S comes with Battlefield 1 or Shadow of War or Minecraft or whatever bundle you get, comes with the game, and you probably will get some other game. So you're telling me that the cheaper bundle with more games is gonna be irrelevant.
Hold up, Master. No, hold up.
No, let me go.
Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying that because the Uncharted bundle was also the same price as the Xbox bundle last November. It was the same price. They dropped the price. They were selling that thing with 200 with a game.
You know what?
I just said with more games.
One game.
No, hold up. And some places were selling PlayStation bundles with PSN cards and 3 games. PlayStation's doing the same deal. You're trying to act like only Xbox gets those deals.
This very day, you can get an Xbox One with 3 games right now, today, for as much as a PS4, a base PS4 Slim. Why is it not outselling the PS4 Slim? If it's all about the deal.
This is
asking you this question. Because you're making it seem like it's only about the price.
No, but this is why I'm saying that. This is why I'm saying the Xbox One is the S is pretty much killed off. You have nothing to sell the console to. You have nothing. You showed nothing all of 2017. Nothing. Even your podcast, you don't even talk about it. Everything to Xbox gamers is 4K. Majority of Xbox gamers aren't going to be playing 4K. You see what I'm saying? Nothing's been talked about for the One S. Nothing. A whole year of nothing.
Yo. First of all, you're forgetting about the one important factor that it has over the PS4. It has a 4K Blu-ray player. Okay.
No, stop right there. D, stop.
No.
Stop. We already proved that wrong.
This holiday season, it's gonna be.
You already lost. D, stop. Don't even finish the sentence. Don't go there. That point was already proven wrong. The Slim outsold the Xbox One S.
No.
In November, December. That's already done. That point's already dead.
No, you're saying it's going to die off.
He's talking about a point that's already defeated.
It's not going to die off completely. It's not, because it's still going to have a demand, because it's going to be a very cheap 4K Blu-ray player.
You get cheap 4K Blu-ray players now. Listen, that ball already sold, D.
What can you
done?
You got a 189. What can you?
The Xbox One
to a 189 4K
the Xbox One S with the 4K player got his ass kicked by the PS4 Slim in November, December. That shit is done.
But you're saying it's going to die off. It's not going to die off completely. Of course, the sales are going to drop a little bit.
This shit is dead. People, the video files, there's already get a cheap Blu-ray player. That shit is dead. Let that shit go. It didn't work last year.
How is it cheaper? How is it that it's cheaper and it's a better deal only applies to PlayStation?
Wow. And you know the losses that happened last year, some of them were like minor by like 10,000 units. You know that, right?
Yeah, and plus the Xbox One S outsold the PS4 for the last 6 months last year. So what's your result?
Then are you bugging 6 months?
The last 6 months.
Talking about
2016, the Xbox One S outsold the PS4.
3 months.
6 months.
3.
Overall. All right, let's look it up.
3. You talking to the MPD king here? Do you want to be embarrassed on this thing? 3. I'm not making a thing about my ass. I'll tell you the I'll tell you. Listen, I'll tell you off the cuff, right off of my head. Okay. The Xbox One S launched in August, September, October. That's 3 months.
I think what he's trying to say is outsold them combined with all the sales. Like, you know, this.
Here's the thing.
Because the ones they did win by was a larger margin. So overall, it outsold it.
Okay. Yeah, he's right. That's what he's trying to say.
And then here's the thing. When Xbox went on that streak,
they said you to stay lying about numbers.
One month.
They said you need to stay lying about numbers.
Hey, bro, you don't post that fake news.
Oh man, yo, P-Rock. Now you say all the time that you know, even though the numbers for the S dropped significantly, we can't agree that the numbers for the base PS4 dropped last year too, in lieu to the release of the Pro, right?
Oh man, that was wild, man.
Yep. So even though that happened, even though they dropped the Xbox One X means more to the Xbox consumer base than the Pro did to the PlayStation consumer base. I think it's very premature to say that the Xbox One S is dead. Okay,
look, man.
What I'm saying, the reason why I think it dropped so significantly, I'm talking significantly. We're talking like 90K sales in a month. That shit's terrible.
Look how the narratives have changed, man. Look how the goalposts. Look how the narratives and the goalposts have changed. Look how the goalposts have moved.
So many.
Listen. Hold on.
And I'll state this again, man.
At the end of the day, we can run around circles. At the end of the day,
I ain't running around circles. I'm just saying.
December's gonna show the truth.
Look where we began.
December's gonna show the truth
with a Microsoft is ludicrous.
German stream.
We began when Microsoft is ludicrous. They'll never never get a 6 teraflop GPU inside of a console.
Yep.
We went from they'll never be doing everything to talk about either they don't have any games or it ain't gonna sell well. And all the other stuff has changed now. Come on now, man. It's gonna do numbers too, man. It's gonna do numbers.
At the end of the day, what time was this? Damn, it's 11:30. We ain't cutting up tonight, baby.
Share my screen.
Share my screen.
Share my screen.
My man got the proof. Hold up, man.
Get him.
Oh, Mr. King NPD.
Oh man, got him. Check that out.
Share my screen, share my screen,
Mister. I'm the NPD.
Oh, yeah.
From Aaron Greenberg. You want to be more official?
Get him. I told you. Take that out.
You talking about overall?
Damn, listen. Oh God.
Take that out.
I thought Nito said that.
Calm down. The goalpost.
Bro said,
I go say illegal move of the goalpost.
bro said, I thought Nito said,
I thought Nito says that they won 6 consecutive MPD.
Get him.
God,
No, I thought it said
Illegal move of the goalpost.
Hey, Ness.
hey, you see how he switched that? I thought Nito said they won.
You're going to get
hey, yo, you gave me that smooth L.
Listen.
I heard the samba start playing. Start dancing my door.
That boy said I got wax. I got an earache and I had tissue in my ear. So
hold up. I thought Nito said that Xbox One X won 6 in a row.
Hey, bro,
bro said he was, bro said he had a lot of wax in his ears.
Oh, man. I heard what you said.
You said what? I got a scalp infection.
Hey, ain't nobody else hear that samba music start playing? All that Puerto Rican and Puerto Rican came up, he just started dancing around that. He was like,
Hey,
Nah, nigga.
hey,
dancing around that.
bro said he got a shortage in his headphone cables.
Hey,
He pulled the wag. He said he pulled the wag.
Hey, calm down, y'all. Y'all don't want a whole minute straight while all you hear was.
Ladies and gentlemen, you not in the chain. You not in the chain. Hey, yo, hit the link. Get up out of there, man. Everybody get up out of here. Comment section.
Bro said his hearing aid was switched off.
I also want to talk about another narrative that switched last year when the PS4 Pro wasn't selling so great. Y'all said it wasn't because they was waiting for the Pro. Now y'all willing to take that same narrative. Don't forget, big fella.
Ooh, I didn't say that, big fella.
Don't forget, big. Yeah, we wasn't around last year, Post, but I remember it clearly, big fella.
You talking about that?
I remember it clearly.
Well,
It's normal for console numbers to drop off when a new system is about to come out. That's normal. Whoever said that,
I just remember people attacking that narrative.
yeah, you're right. I can't deny that, big fella. That was the big
I
fella.
can't believe it. Puerto Rock just took an L.
That mug done tumbled down the
They changed his name to L77. Oh, Lord. They changed his name to L77.
He done tumbled down the steps and he's hanging off the rail, man.
I'm done. Hey, Puerto Rock, see?
They changing that man name to L77. Y'all ain't shit, bro.
I thought he said something else, man.
Chat be cracking up, bro.
MPD.
Y'all may say I push fake news.
What's this? Shoot program, nigga.
Hey, Puerto Rock was real confident.
Wasn't he?
No, MPD king.
He said he was the MPD king.
Why they call that man PS?
I thought he said something else. I thought he said that.
No,
One X 1.6K.
You spent
I thought he said something else.
The whole energy and tone of the
Time y'all wanted to tell.
Well, you said something else. That's why I broke it down month by month.
Body shot dropped him.
Yeah, bro. Puerto Rock got quiet. He had to think of this.
Yo, he said, man, one blow to the ribs and I send my condolences.
have shit.
Hey, yo, he said, one blow to the rib and I send my condolences.
We out.
I'm done. Listen, if you would not
That boy Puerto Rock was over there scratching the back of his head for a minute. Like,
Scratching to the white meat, yo.
Yo, Puerto Rock, his mouth, his mouth, so disrespectful. He straight knocked him out and peed in his mouth. Left him in the alley, so went slump. I'm done. I'm done. He said he knocked him out, left him peed in his mouth. I'm done. That joke was wild.
Hey, you better walk on Twitter after that.
Knocked him out and peed in his mouth.
What did you say? I am not. You can say, you challenge me? You don't pick me.
I'm done. Yo, hit that like button, man.
Yeah, hit that like button.
That boy hit the like button.
In the
Great show tonight, man.
Y'all had to be entertained. Hit that like button.
Man, you not entertained, man. They don't do it like this over here, man. I'm done. The music was quiet as hell back there.
Hey, you better subscribe after that one.
He was over there searching. He hit the something in my hand. He let know he was typing.
I could feel like when Nick was searching and he saw that tweet, it was like, the heavens opened up. It light started shining.
Hey yo, Instagram started playing. He been holding that info for 2 weeks. He said, I'm the king of the MVD. I does this. God damn. Man, what about shit like that, man, from the head, bro? You ain't shit neither. Why
you do
that to that grown man, man?
Put him in the yoke. Oh, shit. All right, well, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out my man Griffin Gaming, my brother, man.
Better way to end the show, man.
Shout out to all you guys, not even just a Patreon, just come here, when we do the shows to rock out with us. The brand you guys are liking the Broadband Bulletin. Episode 4 is up right now. We got the website. Also, too, I'm gonna say this now again, like the X comes out next Tuesday, right? We're starting. We're gonna start doing the game. I don't even call it leagues or whatever. Like the top 5 or 10 games, we're gonna be running weekly, tournaments and whatever within those games. I'm gonna get the 2K League jumping, the Madden League. But those are the fours in leagues. What else we got going on? Destiny, we're gonna have each
Fight
one of those games.
Rainbow Six
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, we're gonna have each one of those games. You know what I mean? Rocking. Daily games. You can just join. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing we're taking this thing here to the next level. You know what I mean? And again, shout out to all you guys that again the new people that just rocked out and joined the Patreon. I appreciate it. So a couple of you guys bought some new shirts from us. Like I said, appreciate that too. If you was in the entertainment today, all love and all love and war, hit the like button, man. It was within 300 y'all jokers in here today, man, rocking out, man. My man said, no, the Neverland said put a Netflix league. Yeah, you gonna join that Netflix Neverland as long as the Blue make it. That nigga got a crush on bro. Got him. Oh, they go all day ass and they trying to help Porter out. But at least Porter out, they can't laugh though. We got better exclusive. Get your ass out of here. Yeah, but no, man. See, gay Porter out. See, God don't like ugly, man. I tried to jump the fuck out my legs yesterday. My man needs you with a one piece. That nigga motherfucker with that Buster Douglas. Got your ass up out of here. Smooth out here. I'm the king of MPD. We're gonna change that thumbnail. You got a thumbnail for your ass. I'm the king of NPD. But again, I'm gonna leave the links. Everybody to get about here. Listen, mass post, you guys. Leave your links to your channels and everybody. Rock out and subscribe to everybody's channel. And listen again. I am. New shows, new content. We need about 3 more people interested coming on board with the Broadband Bullies. You know what I mean? And joining and having your content advertised on the website. Like we flying on all cylinders. Get down with us. Rock out, support with us, man. You know what I mean? Follow. Hey, Neither, where you at, man? You put the link for the Twitter down there for the Broadband?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah. Put it in again. Halo Storm. Put the link to the Discord. Now, man, we getting everything cracking.
I got you. See, I'm about to post it right now.
Look out for the BGST movie.
I got the BGST
the BGS movie. You can support me and me only on the Patreon, and I'm gonna give you guys.
I got the BGST movie coming out. Maybe put it down, but I'm gonna make it private.
Be a PayPal to my Patreon for the BGST movie. But anyway, again, thank you for rocking. Anybody got anything? We get the hell about it. Anybody got anything? My man Mighty Mouse. Wait, I made you an admin.
You better subscribe to my channel after that, EW. Come on, let's go.
Listen,
that's right.
Listen. Hey, Mighty Mouse, sites. You are. I made you an admin.
Yes, sir.
Man, Mighty Mouse, subscribe. Like I said, we got a bunch of new talent, man. We out here working, man. For real, man. I'm real proud of these brothers, man.
I want to tell you guys in the morning, PCWorld.com, go to their YouTube channel. They're going to try to build the equivalent of the Xbox One X on PC. They already priced it out. The cheapest they can get is like $700 to $750 if they were to add a 4K Blu-ray player. that does HDR and whatnot, it would raise it to like $900, $1,000. There's a video on my
be
channel.
more than that because they have to. The only Blu-ray player right now is one, and they have to import it.
Yeah, and also
it's real expensive.
Yeah, and it has to go on a certain motherboard. But I have a video up, so just check out my channel. It's a couple videos back, and you get all the.
That bill won't have 12 gigabytes of GDR5 either. It'll have 8 gigabytes of DDR4.
And it's tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. I think they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
you put the link to the broadband, bro. You just follow broadband, bro. You get your simple ass out here. Put the link so they can click on it. He said, yeah, follow it. Nah, put the link there. Click on it. Put the highlight.
No, I got the links.
No, I just see more. But like I said again, if you're interested in rocking out and getting you coming, and playing against us in the other game, like reach out to us on the Broadband Bullies. You know what I mean? That's the official Twitter account. And then again, get right with support, man. If you think motherfucking all day is phony than a $2 bill, and you need something from diabetes and get high cholesterol, hit the like button, man. Grip and Gaming, my brother. That's my dude.
That was on his.
Hey, the finest. My man, the finest says drop that code. Listen, you know what's crazy, man? Next Gen is a liar. I don't have a year's worth of Xbox Live. But I did sucker. I gave you guys my time, my soul, my dedication. Okay, I don't have a year's worth of Xbox Live, but I gave you a year's worth of entertainment. How you like that? That makes sense.
Yo. You did it today, Z. You did it today.
I'm gonna subscribe now. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Thank you guys for swinging by and great show tonight.